one loss this season has come against a team that many would expect you to beat. Would that be a main focus coming into this one, getting them to really be zoned in on this one?
Not really. We know we have to have a slow start. I always thought that was going to be the case because our attention are divided, plus a bit of fatigue start to set in, but we're not worried.
In terms of Ainsworth, 2 goals so far this season, do you feel that he's ready to be the main protagonist for your team?
Not yet. We still have Shanil Thomas. I think he'll be the main one, but Ainsworth has scored the amount of goals in the Premier League in 2 games what he has scored for 2 seasons before, so he's coming off age, so that is good.
Good signs. You talk about fatigue and stuff, but you would have had a decent layoff. How do you feel in terms of this game?
Yeah, definitely the rain was a blessing in disguise. So we feel a little bit fresher now. We had a rigorous schedule of 9 games in 1 month. That one postpone helped us a lot. I think we'll be much better for it today.
Lima, the team you're playing today, they haven't won a game yet, but in terms of open play, they've given as much as they've gotten, one would say. In terms of them, what do you know and how do you look to approach this one?
Nothing at all about them, but that's good. We'll just go to our game model and play like how we want to play.
Chris Ainsworth. Chris Ainsworth is the man to watch for Cavalier, a young man with endless potential, Dwight.
Yeah, lots of potential. He'll come off the left of midfield today, but yeah, the speed had said in his interview, not quite ready yet, but yeah, definitely showing the right signs, and 2 goals already this season, and that amount to what he scored over 2 seasons. So yeah, expecting him to really do well this season and may just surprise his coach and be the main man.
All right, so that's the matchup, Lime Hall against Cavalier here at Drax Hall. It is hot, and we hope the action will be hot. We return from the break and we'll give you the starting 11 for both teams and get you ready for kickoff.
Totally Male has been around since 1994. Our primary focus is the aesthetic upgrading of all males. Our highly skilled team of women are trained, professional, and committed to first-class customer service. Centrally located at 6 Windsor Avenue, New Kingston, Jamaica. Totally Male is your man cave, where we offer cable, private rooms, and a beverage of your choice while you're being pampered. Totally Male, a woman's touch for the exceptional man.
Feel culture, yo. New beginning, we winning, so share our spirit where you living, yeah. Share it. I make we all a one par, you don't know we come from far. From far, anytime we rep, feel we country. Rear rum, it have to come with. No matter with the bad vibes. Whoa, rear rum, a celebration time. I feel we culture. Make we show ya Jamaican culture. And if you overprove from we just a do it to the culture.
Sometimes in life we have to stay on the move to make a living. Deal with running out of cash, forgotten wallets, sharing for your team wherever you are, and staying safe. But life is better with Link, the quick, safe and easy way to pay. No cash, no bank cards, no problem. No matter who you are, where you are, or what you do, Link fit everybody.
Turn your passion into winnings with JustBet. Watch your favorite international leagues and tournaments and get in the game with JustBet. We have the best odds on over 100 sports: football, basketball, boxing, rugby, motorsports, even virtual matches. Register on the JustBet mobile platform, mobile.justbetja.com, or visit one of our over 100 JustBet locations island-wide. What are you waiting for? Get in the game and win big with JustBet.
I feel with Fosca, made in Jamaica. Porridge, oats, oatmeal, cornmeal with banana.
Yo, proud of we culture, yes, we love Fosca. Only for protein, good source of fiber.
Made in Jamaica, we
fi prosper. We don't want Pascal. Good for the sugar level and the blood pressure.
Love my family, me love my Fosca. I feel with Fosca, I feel with Fosca. We love with Fosca, I feel with Fosca.
Here we are at Drax Hall in St. Anne. St. Anne, as I mentioned before, the biggest parish in Jamaica of all 14. St. Anne, famous for some outstanding Jamaicans. Robert Nesta Marley, of course, the most famous of all. Lime Hall against Cavalier. That's the matchup. And Drax Hall Sports Complex is where we're at. My co-presenter is Dwight Jeremiah. Dwight, there's a dancehall star who is from this parish of St. Anne. I'll give you one guess.
I don't go to the dances.
You don't have to. His name is so big, you don't have to.
Well, as I said, I just stick with Bob Marley for the time being.
I'll raise you. Rexton Ralston Fernando Gordon was born in St. Anne. You know who that is?
No.
That's Shabba Ranks, the first dancehall artist to win a Grammy Award. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he is a St. Anne born and bred. There's J.D. White leading out the Cavalier team. It's as if I have known J.D. White as a footballer forever, not because he's old, but because he's been around for so long, so good, so young. And he's still ploughing on for this Cavalier team. Pretty soon we'll be ready for the players to enter the field of play, and then it'll be about who shows more quality on this surface under baking hot conditions. And I'm wondering if the temperature will moderate anytime soon, Dwight.
Yeah, well, you know, Lime Hall must be cursing their luck. This is their third game here, and they have the early kickoff, and that's going to be. They said they are not worried by it, but yeah.
Yep. Well, we are delayed just a little bit because we understand we're awaiting the arrival of the ambulance as per regulations, though, of course. You can't get the game underway without the ambulance being on hand in the event of an eventuality. And so the officials are going to wait for the ambulance to get here before we start. But that just gives us some time, Dwight, to talk about this matchup some more. As you've said, Lime Hall, they've drawn the short straw, having the early kickoff. Well, that's what happens to new boys who are new at this level. You have to pay your dues. You have to walk the rite of passage to show that you belong here, that you're a quality team here. Then you'll start getting the primetime games.
Well, and they're showing good signs, and I hope it come together for them pretty soon, because in open play they've really done well. I've seen them against Montego Bay United. They got a draw there. They lost the other game to Waterhouse, but was really good in that first half and should have been ahead by more than a goal in that game. So yeah, they just have to get it right at the attacking end of the park. And I think they will give some trouble here today. Whether or not they can penetrate and register on the score sheet against this Cavalier team is another matter.
And even though we're just a handful of games deep into the season, have you seen enough to suggest that Lime Hall may be able to scrap their way to survival in the league this year?
I think it's more than just quality for them. It's going to be how they react in situations like this. They started well, was quite sprightly in a couple of games I've seen. But you know what happens when you hit the rut a couple of times. If they don't stick with it, you know, the important thing for me is for them to just think about staying in the league, not thinking about winning it.
Yep. Well, there's nothing as enervating as defeat. And enervating is a tricky word because it sounds like energy, but it's the opposite. Defeat drains you of confidence, and even good teams with good rosters, when the defeats keep piling up, that saps energy from the team. And especially when you have a young team with players who are inexperienced at this level, then it is a situation where the defeats can cause the team to fall into a malaise, and it's very difficult to lift them from that. Lime Hall want to avoid the trap of consecutive defeats. They'll see this fixture, Cavalier, as we see the ambulance. Thank the creator for small mercies, the ambulance driver, taking his leisure time to navigate his way into the Drax Hall complex. But we appreciate him nonetheless, and that's the cue for the FIFA anthem to roll on through the speakers, to blare through the speakers, getting us ready for the start of today's game. So Lime Hall wants to avoid the trap of defeat after defeat after defeat. They want to get 3 points on the board quickly and build from there. Otherwise, they're going to find themselves deep in it. And by in it, well, you know what in it is. They don't want to be deep in it any at all.
No, not at all. And they're in 13th position. I mean, they're up against a team in 9th place. Cavalier will be less bothered by that position because they're expected to quickly ascend up the table. For Limehall, it's more, you know, anxious moments for them in that position because it's really too close for comfort.
No ring rust for Cavalier. They've been busy in the CONCACAF Club Championship. Fatigue was an issue up to a few days ago, perhaps 2 weeks ago, but they've gotten a nice break, so it's a freshened team that Rudolph Speed is able to field this afternoon, and he'll be confident they can produce the goods. Andrew Hayden is the man in charge of the game. And then Jermaine Yeasing is supporting him, Damian Williams, and of course Damian Parchment, one of the finest referees in CONCACAF, is the man on the sidelines who the coaches will yell at if things aren't going well for their team on the park.
Yeah, and I know a thing or two about that. You know, sometimes I get really excited on the sidelines.
You're not behaving yourself, Mr. Jeremiah.
I'm told the voice doesn't match the size of the body, but yeah, that's what we do when we're a bit small. We have to do something to get them to see us, notice us.
Here we go. Limehall, Jaheim Williams in goal. Damani Sewell, the captain. Carlos Campbell, Kevin Graham, veteran of this competition. Sajay Anderson, Latroy Leng, Shaquille Kane, Zidane Brown, Javon Ellis, Ronaldo Brown, and Michael Edwards. Head coach David Price, and they have the son of the St. Anne's most famous footballing Rastaman, Danny Beckford, the president of the FA. His son Emmanuel wears the number 15. He starts on the bench this afternoon.
Yeah, when he's on the park, you can't miss him. Dreadlocks just the same. But yeah, they've ditched the 4-2-3-1 system, and they're looking to go more attacking with the 4-3-3.
For Cavalier, in their traditional colours, Jadine White wears number 31, he's in goal. Giovanni Leng, Kyle Ming, Orlando Russell, Jalmara Calvin, Chris Ainsworth, we spoke about him at the top, Jaheim Fraser, Shaniel Thomas, Shamara Watson, Mario Smith, Jerome McCleary. Good to see Nick Murray on the bench, number 8. He plays in the position of a number 6, but he wears number 8. Rudolph Speed is the technical director.
Yeah, and they look to play the 3-4-1-2 formation. Interestingly for them today, number 4 in terms of Shamara Watson will probably play at the centre-back position, one of the 3 at the back. With some changes coming in here for Cavalier.
Referee Hayden surveying, doing his checks, and he is synchronizing his watch. And in short order, we'll be ready with this contest here at the Drax Hall Sports Complex. The first of 2 games on this Sunday at this park, on this station. SportsMax, your home of champions.
And expect a bright start from Limehall. They always start on the front foot, looking to try and see if they can get ahead. It's just that it has not happened for them when they've created the chances.
All right, we are on the way. And Gio Leng gets a second touch for Cavalier, and he goes long early. Kevin Graham winning the first header. That will settle the veterans' nerves. Handball, well, foul. I thought that Michael Edwards handled that, but he was bumped. And Hayden gives the first free kick of the afternoon. So Kevin Graham has played for a handful of teams at this level. He's been with Mobay United. He launches this forward. Met by Kyle Ming. And here's the Rastaman Michael Edwards. Turned over though. Edwards, was that a handball? That's what the Cavalier players are appealing, but play on, says the referee. Out wide. This is Anderson. Can he get the cross in? Low cross. Turned away. And polite applause from the Limehall fans here. Not many of them, but those who are here are giving their team some support from the stands.
And as expected, you see them, they're not bothered, and they are very patient in their build-up, confident going forward.
Couldn't keep it in. Carlos Campbell, a wisp of a player. Slimmer than even Dwight Jeremiah as we look at Alfred Barnett.
It doesn't take a lot to be slimmer than
Alfred Bennett Barnett, the assistant coach of Limehall.
And I think he's the one going to be encouraging the charges and making the tactical changes. I think they got 2 red cards in the last game. I think Coach Price might have been among the red cards. There was a game here against Waterhouse. 7 cards, yellow cards were given to Limehall, 1 to the coach. And the leading goal scorer, well, they have only scored 1 goal. Aaron Elliott is missing today. He seemed to have been one with the red card as well. So they're going to have to find another scorer today.
Sewell met that with the head. Here's Edwards. Has seen a lot of the ball so far, Michael Edwards. Touch there. And he loses out. Ball with Fraser. He needs some help. Midfield. Smith. Across to... On the overlap, Watson, can he get the cross in? He fires it in, near post. Oh, that was a chance. Snatched at it, did Ainsworth. Really ought to have found the target, the young man. It came to him quickly, but he was in position to finish. And his coach walks away in disgust with off speed. That's a chance that went a begging.
Well, I'll tell you what's good about him. He's finding himself in the right position. I think he didn't make flush contact with it. Didn't get over it much because it rolled up a bit on his shin. So not the side foot he wanted to keep it down. But he arrived at the right time. And I tell you what, it's something you practice over and over. And you get that right. I mean, it's a skill within itself to be able to arrive at the right time, and he did so at the near post. And you're right, George, really should have tested the goalkeeper there at least.
Well, I'm looking at the replay, and I'm going to be kind to him and to say that the bounce did him, because you recognize that it rode up on his shin. I think if the bounce was true, he may have connected with the side of the foot, and it may have been a different story. Rudolph Speed.
Yeah, he says Ainsworth, not quite the man yet, but Ainsworth might have a thing or two to say about that. Performance will tell.
I like that from Speed, not trying to talk up the player, as Watson once again gets a corner this time, has made 2 forays down this near side relative to our commentary position on the right-hand side of the Cavalier attack. And should have had an assist on the previous play, wins a corner on this play, and trots back to his centre-half position on the half line.
Yeah, he's one that is slotted in there today. But we'll always look to go forward.
Here comes the corner. It's a poor effort. Campbell, lovely control in his box and confident with a man closing him down, and he wins a throw.
I'll wait and see too as well, because I realize Limehall, they're playing at a fair clip as well. Cavalier, they don't mind playing, and they always play at a high pace. Your youthfulness in this team really allows them to do that. I mean, the condition is really hot now, and whether or not Limehall would be better served to slow the temper somewhat.
Here they come, Cavalier once again. McCleary and Sewell. Brawny relative to McCleary, and he uses that brawn to commandeer possession and ensure that his team gets a goal kick.
Cricketer by trade, they said as well. Sewell had a suspect ball in action and didn't come back. I tried to correct it, didn't. So he tried his, I wouldn't say his foot at football, and it has worked out better than his turning over his arm.
He was a pacer or a spinner?
Spinner.
I forgot we're in the modern age where the build of the guy doesn't determine what they did. Giovanni Ling, Kyle Ming, appealing for mercy from the referee, and gets him to oblige with the free kick. Short side comes Fraser. Goes long, trying to find Thomas. Thomas hasn't had a touch at Shanil Thomas. Limehall trying to control it. Sewell has some time. Goes back to his goalkeeper, Jaheim Williams.
I think they're better served doing that somewhat. I think it would be good for them to try and match this Cavalier team stride for stride.
Ling turns away from Edwards with ease. Was that an elbow by Kevin Graham? Yes. He's saying the referee, I was in my running motion I didn't raise my arm. I was running and my elbow came up when I'm running, because that's what happened when people run. And Mr. Hayden is saying, no, I saw you masked running, and yeah, it's a foul because he did
flick back. Yeah,
he did extend his arm to block him.
Graham has to be careful too. He's one that normally gets into game. He gets a yellow card early and then he has to walk a very thin line. He's those old-fashioned robust type defender. He likes the physical side of the game. He's once at Mount Pleasant as well.
Yes. They call him coolly humble. Kevin Graham. Nice guy.
Nothing humble about when he gets on the park. You know, they say some people transform when they go across the white line.
Yeah. Two-man wall built by Lime Hall to defend this free kick. Cavalier have loaded the box. They have 7 men in it. They speared in. Ooh, Shanil Thomas got there. He got his forehead to the ball, but he just slid across his face, and he'd want that chance back.
Looking at his approach again, the replay probably will tell us whether or not he could have gone across goal, or whether the angle at which it came at him, maybe it would have been better served to go to the far side.
To redirect the ball.
Yes. I mean, rather than a flick on, because he was pretty much almost outside the far post, so a flick probably not the best technique there, but probably to go across goal, and more of the goal was gaping on that side.
Big cross at the back, the header, and Thomas can gather. What can he do from here? Header at the back post, he missed it, and he's still alive, and the ball comes in into the grateful arms of Jaheim Williams. Cavalier have hit their stride. And already they have Lime Hall under pressure. The offside flag goes up now as Ronaldo Brown tried to trick the assistant on that far side.
That was an easy call for the assistant. I could have called it from here. And the Russian was the player, number 16 for Cavalier, at that back post, that they just measured him. Not what they would have wanted, but yeah, arrived at the back post and just couldn't get his head on that one. But showing the intent here, Cavalier.
Yeah, all of their players have been involved so far. Everybody getting ample touches. That would suit the coach as we're into the 10th minute. And you just think that Cavalier have found their footing. They've settled. Lime Hall a bit uncoordinated going forward.
Yeah, it just seems to break down for them once they get into the attacking third, or just on the edge of it with their attacking midfielders, just having to have players in front of them.
Leng. Oh, bad touch by Michael Edwards. And Ainsworth couldn't keep it in.
Not our producer on the field, is he?
No, he's
our director.
No, he doesn't have those skills. Fancied himself as a long-distance runner, Eddie Edwards.
Really?
Back in the day, way back in the day.
That's what I did for fun.
That's what you did for.
Yeah, maybe I should challenge him one of these days.
No, his stomach is a handicap. A Troy Leng with his free kick on the far side. Can Lime Hall make much from this set-piece situation? Leng pumps it into the back post. Oh, it's a header, it's a goal! They found it! Kevin Graham! Cooley Humble comes up big for Lime Hall. He beats his chest and he screams at the fans. And yeah, showing the attitude, strutting his stuff, Kevin Graham. He's a veteran in this competition, unlike most of his teammates, and he does what veteran players ought to do, lead by example. 1-0 to Lime Hall against the run of play, Dwight Jeremiah.
But probably the best way for them to get into this game from open play. They didn't look like they would threaten, and when you see a situation like that, his set plays that were going to be critical. That's a superb header, and he's pretty much showing Thomas what he should have done at the other end, going across goal. Didn't try because he was outside that far post. A flick on would have gone outside the post even further away. That's the perfect header. You felt though Jaden White would have been disappointed with his effort because it seemed to have gone through his hands.
Well, perhaps that's the easiest, that's the ideal place for the header to go, between the hands. So you're closing the arms.
Didn't close fast enough.
Didn't close fast enough.
And maybe the reaction, because it was close range as well. And so the reflex wasn't fast enough. But good start from Lime Hall, and that's something they've done. I've been saying that to you, George, that they've started well in most games. From open play, really good, just not taking their chances. Today, they've taken it pretty early.
Yep. Well, Dwight, you're one of our top schoolboy football coaches. Your advice to your team now is what? Sink deep and absorb pressure, or just play normal as if it's 0-0?
Play normal as 0-0. There's just too much time here to try and sit deep and invite pressure. We know Cavalier, they have a lot that can hurt you. And no, not at all. This is pretty early. And if you can keep your shape there, and they will recognize they can get more set pieces as well, and they could probably hurt them from it. but they'll build into the game. And I was saying, don't go hell for leather with this Cavalier team. You know, pick the moment for which you pick up the pace in your attacking transitional phase. So, yeah.
And for those who think the question is strange, here's why. Teams at this level of Limehall's profile and pedigree, first time at the level, much of the players have never played Premier League football before. They have something. The tendency when you have something is to drop back and hold what you have. And the coach is saying, no, it's much too early to be in that mindset. So this is where the experienced players like Kevin Graham come in now, Dwight, because they have to say, guys, forget the 1-0, let's play. Let's play normally.
Because I've seen it so often. I've had the experience of it as well. When you're not winning and you get a goal, you just see the team dropping deeper and deeper, and no matter what you say as a coach, they just won't come forward. But they will not want to invite this Cavalier team, because when they attack, they have players in all 5 vertical zones, and that's difficult to defend against, and they're always on the move. As we're seeing here, the wide areas, the half space through the middle, all of those vertical zones are occupied by Cavalier players. But good defending here from Limehall.
Brown asked to chase this. Kyle Ming, experienced, has pace, wasn't perturbed, did his job well. So, life injected into this affair here under the broiling sun at the Drax Hall Sports Complex, because the underdogs have breached the defense of the ex-champions.
And they look a bit rattled here. Coach Pete did say in his interview he's not concerned. He lost to Montego Bay, where everybody would have expected him to beat Montego Bay United. Said he would have expected a slow start there. Fatigue was setting in as well, but yeah, he said he didn't feel there was a need to really focus on the fact that Limehall is a minnow at this level and his team should not take them lightly. That's not something he focused on. Well, they're behind here and they're going to have to rise to the occasion. But we know this Cavalier team, there's a lot of match winners in it. Goal scorers as well.
Shaniel Thomas battling away, and he loses out, ganged up on by a couple of Limehall players. Watson has seen a lot of the ball for Cavalier, the number 4, and getting the free kick there is Jalmaro Calvin. Where's the 25? Watson, well, the ball was rolling, and
but George, they don't look like a team Limehall that have lost 2 of their 3 games and are really near the cellar of the table. Well, Coach Barnett did say that the mood was good.
Here they come once again. Here's the stick man, Carlos Campbell, forward to Brown. Has Kyle Ming with him, and Kyle being just a little bump to cause Brown to take a bad touch. And Cavalier are in attack. Sewell with the header. Didn't clear by far, but they have control in midfield. And Kane, the referee calls it back because of a blow that Sewell took to the hip region.
I wonder if he fell badly.
Yeah.
He did make good contact when he went up, head the ball. His fall wasn't comfortable.
All right, coach, so you have a break in play now and you're the Limehall technical team. Do you call the players? What do you tell them now?
Well, always I take this opportunity to get my players in there, and he has done that with 2. Maybe those are the ones that are critical for him, but you get at least the leaders in different sections of the park, whether a leader in defense, midfield, attack, and you try and you get them to understand what you'd want from them now. What's going to be critical for them now is that they have numbers behind the ball. The way they play with a 4-3-3, we see they're just having a look. Maybe just landed.
Yeah, jarred his hip on the landing,
Yeah, but yeah, they're going to have to get runners coming out quicker, because they have the one player in Ronaldo Brown up top. He will be outnumbered with 2 around him. They want runners on the flank when they pick the ball up to have outlets and runners so that they can keep possession of the ball a bit longer. They don't want to turn it over as much as just to be hacking the ball out. So, yes, if they sit deep, that's one thing, fine, but they're going to have to know that once they win the ball back, the attack and transitional play has to be quick.
Ling, Giovanni, long forward. Here's Shaniel Thomas. Ainsworth in the pink boots on the left. Has Edwards for company. Edwards doing his defensive job well so far, but Ainsworth buys some space and whips the cross in. Oh, Shaniel Thomas with the flick. Couldn't direct it goalwards.
Yeah, Ainsworth really did well there. And I tell people, it's not just speed in football, it's change of pace. It's more deadly than just raw out speed.
Yeah, it's never about speed, it's change of pace.
Yeah, and there you say, yeah, just a drop of the shoulder to go back and then wanted to go forward. Edwards should have known that more than likely he wants to get towards his goal, and if anything, allow him to go back as a defender.
In the injury break, the assistant coach for Limehall, he called 2 midfielders and was having a proper conversation with them. Number 12, Shaquille Kane, and number 8, Javon Ellis. No doubt talking about how to tighten up. Sewell wasn't taking any chances. I think he's struggling, you know. He wanted to hit that out for a throw, the captain, but ended up screwing it behind for a corner kick, and he apologizes to his teammates.
You talk about those 2 players. One is a central defensive mid, and the one is just in front of him, a central attacking. Those 2 are critical to him because he does not want to give up the middle of the park, and one of them have to be an outlet once they get the ball. D-mid is going to have to protect that back line. Break up and distribute is his 2 words today.
Ainsworth coming across to take this corner and catching a breath. I wasn't moving fluently going across to take the corner at all, but it's tough conditions out there. There are tough conditions out there because of the heat. He curls this one in. Williams didn't get there the first time. Helped out by one of his players as Brown to Edwards. Only 2 men up front for Limehall. A third, it's a bad pass. Campbell wanted that further forward for him to sprint onto. And a good tracking back by Jaheim Fraser for Cavalier.
Yeah, that's much better from Limehall. That's what I'm talking about. You have to have the runners, and Campbell was providing that avenue as the runner. The pass just didn't come to him. That's another thing. No, you're going to have the runners. You're going to have to match it with quality. But yeah, the intention is quite good for sure.
Kyle Ming chewing out J.D. White, giving him an earful for a bad pass, and still remonstrating with his keeper, Kyle Ming, saying, "You forced me to give away a throw," because he didn't do the right thing. Here's Chanel Thomas. Forward, good touch. And he's gone, is Calvin. Forward into the path. Still battling away. Calvin once again. Trying to work the angle for the shot. It's an excellent pass out to Fraser. Can Fraser find the cross? Oh, it's a good header. Didn't miss by much from Orlando Russell.
And that's the second opportunity Russell got. The first one, he didn't really get his head on it at the back post.
That one just skimmed off his head.
Yeah, really not firm contact. But again, we saw with that build-up play from Cavalier, Chanel Thomas was able to get his head up in the middle of the park and really pick a nice pass out wide. And that went to Fraser. That's what Barnett from Limehall, the assistant coach, won't want, and that's probably why he had called the central midfielders. Cannot give them the time and space in the middle of the park. Chanel Thomas, well, he's an attacking player, comes through the middle, but he drops deep at times.
Foul. Foul on the man wearing number 27, Jerome McCleary. The guilty party, Javane Ellis. And here they come. Smith has seen so much of the ball so far for Cavalier, himself and Watson. He curls this one in, Smith. And it's an appeal for a corner from the Cavalier boys, and they win it.
And one thing important again for Limehall, they won't want to give up a goal so early after going in front. They went in front in the 11th minute. Here we see, that's the header that just went wide.
Lovely cross.
Yeah. And that's the corner, correct call. That came off so well.
Ainsworth, left-footed, curling towards the middle of the goal, and it's a header. Oh, that was a chance. Again, snapping his head into that was Orlando Russell.
You know, it's not a bad ploy from Cavalier here with the corner kick. I mean, Jaheim Williams in goal for Limehall is not the biggest goalkeeper.
Yeah, I was about to say he's a small goalkeeper.
Yeah, and then a lot of traffic in front of him. And Cavalier doing their best to ensure that the traffic is a lot in front of him, so he can't come through it to come and claim, and causing some problems. Cavalier, we see dominating possession, 62% to Limehall's 38.
Calvin with the cross. It's low. It's blocked by Sewell and cleaned up by Shaquille Kane. Cavalier pressing for the equalizer. Shocked by that Limehall goal.
And what I'm looking for here, George, is to see whether or not it's really just Limehall sitting deeper. Cavalier just changed the gear somewhat and is pushing them back. Whatever it is, they have to suffer now, but try not to be hurt. That's Limehall. They have to hold on to this lead much longer.
Just saw Damani Sewell, the captain, having a word with Latroy Ling on the far side, saying, calm down, just calm down, keep the ball, don't be in such a hurry.
Yeah,
in making decisions.
I've been saying that all from the beginning, that they don't want to go stride for stride with Cavalier.
Here's McCleary, and caught in 2 minds. Water break ordered by the referee, Andrew Hayden.
Probably timely one here for Limos.
Yeah, they were against the ropes. They were like a boxer under the cosh.
Saved by the bell, this time the whistle.
There's the man of the hour, though.
Yep.
Kevin Graham with the header. He was running full steam. None of the Cavalier boys went with him because they didn't see him. I don't know what they were looking at. They were looking at the cross. They were ball watching. Classic case of ball watching. They watched the ball as it left the boot of Latroy Legge, who curled in that free kick. And Kevin Graham built up a head of steam on the sprint. And he placed his header between the hands of Jadine White in the Cavalier goal.
That was really good header from him. Absolutely good header.
For 1-0. There's the Harbourview team.
And there's Elliott, who is missing out for Limor today.
Yeah, Aaron Elliott.
Yeah.
Played also for Portmore United in the league.
He was with Maroons last year on loan. But yeah, probably he was one who got a red card in the last game.
And catching up with friends who play for the Stars of the East. So, looking back at the goal. And look at Kevin Graham. He runs away, nobody in white, no challenge, and they all were remonstrating with each other. You should have picked him up, you should have picked him up, but nobody picked him up. And he was invited to beat Jadine White, and that he did from point-blank range.
And we talk about the header, really good header, but the cross was excellent. It was like it had a sensor on it that directed it to its target, because there was no chance for any of the defenders to intercept that ball. It was high, but dropping at the right time for Graham to intercept that ball, and really headed a good header on goal that White could not react in time to keep out. But the cross was a lovely one.
All right, so the water break is out of the way and the play can resume. I think one of the things that the coaches would have had to say to the Limor team, Dwight, is the bigger guys, you got to do a better job to protect the goalkeeper at corner kicks, because Cavalier have been roughing up Jaheim Williams, small man, and when the bodies are around him, he doesn't have the space to really come and claim those crosses, which are the corner kicks, which are curled in towards him. So you'd have to ask Sewell and the bigger guys, give Kevin Graham and others, you have to protect your goalkeeper from those set pieces, because Cavalier are going to crowd him out and try to capitalize on that.
Yeah, people have the likes of Kane as well, who's a big lad, could probably get back in there as well and give some cover.
Collision. Latroy, Giovanni Ling
has had injuries and has to stop it, and that's why we don't want to start without the ambulance on here. Hopefully they won't need that service, but yeah.
Here they go again.
Here, let's have a look at it. It's two teammates, yeah.
Bang.
Wow. Laying on that one.
Looks to be Mario Smith, the other man, wearing the 24 and the headband. He took the brunt of it.
Yeah.
And the first significant play after the water break necessitates another break in play. Hayden just consulting with Yising about what may have happened. So Limehall out front, we have a break in play. Ling looks to be closest to returning to equilibrium. Poor old Smith, we need a little while longer. Take another shot of the Harbourview boys. They're going to play the defending champions Mount Pleasant in the feature game of this doubleheader.
By which time I expect this place to be jam-packed. It's what it has been for the two games that have been played here so far.
There's Ramon Howell. Knapsack back to the wall. And he's talking with Damari Deacon. Both new importees. Howell, former Waterhouse captain. Deacon, the former Arnett Gardens entertainer extraordinaire.
Looking to bring his entertainment here. You talk about reggae artists here. Well, he certainly rocked the place when he's on the park, as any artist would on stage.
And you know, I love those players, but you get the chance. Well, you're a coach, you'll know if it is so or not. You tend to think that coaches don't really trust players like that too much. You have to have players who can pull a defense apart, and there aren't many players in any league who can really pull a defense apart. Everybody's formulaic, almost as if these players are robots. They can do the same thing, limited in the same way.
Exactly.
Yeah, but then the players who blow hot and cold, coaches don't trust them. A coach would rather have a man who gives a steady 6 out of 10, steady 7 out of 10 than somebody who will give you a 9 today and a 3 tomorrow.
I'm one of those coaches, yes, but one of the things I'm not is, you know, the modern coaches, sometimes you coach the skill out of the game, and I'm not for that. I think you have to just show them how to use it in the team which they play in. But yeah, no, I'd like to see those type of players. I'm a Messi fan for sure, so, you know, Maradona also love to watch these guys play. So Eden Hazard, good quality players. So yeah, I'd love to see those type of players. Locally, I was a fan of Walter Boyd as well.
Yep.
Theodore Whitmore, yeah, skilled players. So yeah, I like Deacon. We keep forgetting at times, George, that yeah, it's a game, but it's entertainment for the fans who come out to watch it. And I mean, you're on the park, you want the fans to be enjoying themselves.
Play building. Here's the man, Mario Smith, across the lane. Both seem to have shaken off knocks to the head. Ming. Cavalier have put a lot into this game so far, but no reward just now. Shouldn't have waited on that to come to him, should have gone for it. Shaquille Kane, and now he's given up possession here. Shanil Thomas. Can he find the cross with the left foot? It's blocked, and it's a handball off the Cavalier frontman.
And I've always said to players, like what Kane just did now, very casual in his dispensation with that ball coming to him. And then you have to run back about 20 yards. All that energy, why not just put it in the first place? So as a coach, I don't give him a great deal of credit that he ran back and blocked that cross. Yes, he had to do that, but he didn't have to do that had he dealt with it the first time.
Absolutely agree with you on that. A Limehall supporter is with us. And Janae, let's hear what he has to say to her.
Searching the whole of Draxhall to find you, and I finally found you. Tell me, are you a player or a supporter?
Player.
Okay, it's not my first time seeing you, but why aren't you on the field?
Well, unfortunately, they say my ID isn't here, so basically that's the reason.
And you are a goalkeeper for Limehall. They just scored a goal. Tell me, how does that feel? You standing on the sidelines looking at your team playing against Cavalier.
We're super excited. Maybe, you know, our fans aren't that big enough. They are over on the Mount Pleasant side, but we're still cheering on.
Well, we talked about fans. There aren't a lot of people here now, but they're coming in, probably them cooking them Sunday dinner or whatever the case may be. But you said the fans are kind of split, half Mount Pleasant, half Limehall.
Yeah, man.
And you were one of them as well.
Yeah, because I usually play for Mount Pleasant also.
But now you're at Limehall.
Yeah, Limehall is my backbone, so.
And what are your predictions for Limehall for this season?
Well, top 6.
Top 6?
Yeah.
Okay, well, high hopes from Easton, and we're going to watch the rest of the match. What do you think prediction will be?
We're going to win about 2-1, as the score mean.
Okay, well, you aren't being too mean to Cavalier. You're giving them a goal. Well, let's see what happens in the match. Back to you, George and Dwight.
Thank you, Jenny. Histon Henry there, the goalkeeper, was originally on the match card, and then they came and scratched him off, and you heard the reason, his identification, some issues with that, and hence he was barred from playing the game this afternoon. Top 6, Dwight. The man has ambition. You have to give him credit for that.
I have to give him credit for that, but I think, you know, for them, they don't want to hinge their hopes on that, because when that is not happening, maybe heads will start dropping. But if it's a fight to stay in it, then they'll stay engaged all throughout the season, knowing that's a case that they'll have to fight to the bitter end. But yeah, good to have hopes, and they'll push for that. And as I said, their open play warrants that they can give a lot of teams trouble. They need to get the result. Good for them that they've scored early today, and they're keeping Cavalier off the score sheet so far.
Here's Ronaldo Brown, high foot from Kyle Ming, and Brown wins the free kick.
Yeah, he has a big role to play, Brown. He's going to have to be that outlet that's going to hold the ball up and be able to play to bring the others into play once they're breaking out from defensive organization to attacking transitional phase. He's going to have to really show really good strength.
Well, I tell you what, every position in football is difficult, but none is more difficult than lone striker. It's an unforgiving, absolutely unforgiving role. And it takes a special player to excel and lone striker.
I agree with you. You and I was watching a game up by the Captain Borough Centre of Excellence. Dean Andre Thomas, we saw put on a clinic that day. Was really good in his display of a lone striker.
And he didn't score that day, remember?
No, but he really
and that's the point.
Yeah.
That's the point. He was so good that he didn't score that day. And the ones that stand out was that performance by Dean Andre Thomas, and then there was a performance by Trevante Stewart against Waterhouse when they were unbeaten, when he was with Malines United.
Yeah, you and I were talking about those two players.
Wow, that's a shot. There's an Indian Rastaman, a Rastaman of Indian descent.
I wonder if he's related to Graham.
Perhaps it is that Cooley Humbler, and lovely shot there with him in the silhouette in the back. Yeah. There you go. But speaking of the Limehall ambition, Dwight, you know, I have this theory that ambition has killed more people in the history of the world than anything else. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying to them. You know, I know it's good to say top 6, but for me, they'll stay engaged, knowing that they have a fight throughout the season to stay in it.
Here's Holness. 3 men in white to his left, well, to his right. Didn't go there. And this is Gioleng twisting and turning, trying to work the cross. Still battling Gioleng. And well defended by Ellis. And the cross is fired in. Finds itself to Fraser. And Carlos Campbell, he's an attacker, but look where he is. He's in the left back position, the man wearing number 10, helping his team defend.
Yeah, they need all hands on deck here, Limehall.
Fraser once again, curling cross, missed by Gray. Well, he did get something on it, didn't get it too far away, but his team can regroup as Cavalier continue this attack through Ainsworth. Quick crossing off the head of Graham, and it's behind for a corner.
Yeah, and the initial play when the ball came into the box, Calvin was not strong enough, was looking for a call from the referee. Graham was all over him, but yeah, it's a big man sport here. Schoolboy thing, and as you go up the ladder, tolerance level for physical contact just goes up.
Holness, Ainsworth rather, the designated corner taker for Cavalier. Spins it towards the near post. Ooh! Very lucky, very lucky there. The Cavalier man, that's Calvin.
Yeah, I just spoke about him.
Yeah, got his locks on it. It hung in the air on the breeze, and just not enough to keep it beneath the bar with Jaheim Williams at 6s and 7s. Lucky escape for Limehall.
And Graham is getting at the goalkeeper, but I tell you, it's difficult for him with his size to get through all that body in front of him. They're going to have to get numbers as well in front of him there, get Limehall bodies there as well to deal with it. So yeah, he's having a lot of traffic to deal with in front of him.
Here's Edwards to Lane. The man with the assist goes long, big. And J.D. White catching practice for him. Download the SportsMax app today. Get it on Google Play. Download it on the App Store as well. It's a portal to so many things outstanding where sport is concerned. Schoolboy football, the NBA, Jamaica Premier League, UEFA Champions League, Europa League, Conference League, SportsMax Zone. An app of many stars as we look at Rudolph Speed, perhaps planning his halftime team talk now, and how a goal would change that. We always say that, Dwight, that when a team is down and it's drifting towards halftime, that a goal would change the coach's team talk. Is that necessarily so?
It does happen, because maybe in terms of how you want to go out in the second half, maybe not hell for leather, but you're back in the game on level terms, so you can be a little bit more patient. But when you're down a goal, you know with only 45 minutes, you want to get a goal back as early as possible in the second half. But if you get it in the first, then yeah, your approach in the second half may just be a little bit different. And again, the impetus may just be with you.
Brown breaking out of the clutter. Sajay Anderson changes the play for Limehall. Further left to Leng. Edwards. He's been really busy on that far side, Michael Edwards. Oh, but he gives it away after such good work. It comes back to Leng though. Edwards once again. Can he correct his error? Dribbles inside Edwards. There you go for the shot. No, he doesn't. Kane. Wider still to Anderson. Anderson swings the cross in, more in hope than anything else, and J.D. White gleefully grabs for Cavalier and goes long with the kick. Shanil Thomas. Using his frame well, Shanil Thomas battling and gets the cross in. It's blocked. 2 Limehall men on the premises. And now Kane goes wide to Edwards. Intercepted. Ainsworth have some space to work with. Chris Ainsworth, can he find the cross, and he overhits it.
Kane there. Just that type of player that seems always to be casual, nonchalant in how he goes about doing his stuff. And with that play just now we see speed here a little bit. Yeah, certainly he's not waiting for a halftime talk to get that message across to his team. Really wants to see more from them. But I was saying with Kane, just not, he's oftentimes I say to my players, George, you play the ball to the space that the player wants, not the space that they occupy. And in that case, there was a lot of space behind Edwards, and that's where Kane needed to play that ball for Edwards to run onto.
Edwards can't get around Leng. Leng has had the better of that duel so far. Here's Ainsworth. Graham goes after him aggressively and wins the ball. Ronaldo Brown runs it into touch. It's a Cavalier throw. So the game has become scrambled since that collision of heads between the Cavalier defenders.
Probably suiting Limehall more.
Yes, indeed. Kane makes an important interception. This man has done a lot of work. Ellis for Limehall in the middle of the park. Here's Campbell. Oh, that's a bad pass, you know. Gets lucky.
And that's precisely what I'm talking about. He's passing to where the player is, not where the player is going. Here's
Russell. Tried to play Calvin. And Jaheim Williams will take some time, spend some time with the ball.
Yeah, just about 6 minutes, and Limehall will feel like, you know, if they can get to half-time, lead in this one, take a breather, regather themselves, come back out with some more energy, and really make that first 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes. And that's what we're going to have to do, take it in stages. They come out and they know they're going to be on an onslaught maybe for the first 5-10 minutes, try and weather that storm and then see if they can push on from there. But it's going to be important for them to go into the break lead in this one.
Ainsworth on his bike, he gets there. Whips the cross in and it's blocked. It's excellent defending from Leng, who doesn't appreciate the fact that Edwards caused him to have to go out there and track all the way back. He's saying that you should have helped me to do my job, and you should have done yours. The Rastaman apologizes and walks into the box to help defend.
Well, let's see again what Cavalier will do and how Limehall will defend this one. I guess it's an in-swinger again. Why not? They haven't got the goal, but really troubling.
It's short to Russell. McCleary, better angle on the cross. Clips it in. Met by Kane.
I think that was too easy. Everything happening in front of the defense line.
Fraser goes down with an injury. Ainsworth, ooh, it's blocked, and it's a vital block by Latroy Leng, because that looked to have been traveling at knots.
Really let fly there just now. Ainsworth, referee was looking to blow the whistle but tend to play the advantage. Yeah, from that play.
Don't suspect this will be a short corner.
Not at all.
41st minute. Limehall have the advantage. Cavalier pressing for the equalizer. It's flung in. Oh, it's a header. Under pressure he was from Brown, and Kyle Ming felt he should have done better.
This was a good ball in from McCleary.
Yep. The replay will tell us if the skipper has a right to feel aggrieved. Yeah, he should have done better. But he was under pressure. He was given a little shove by Brown right there. Yeah, and caused him to be off balance when he met the header.
But not enough for it to be called a foul.
Nah.
No.
Williams sending his troops forward. He's going to go long with the goal kick. He's kicking into the wind, though. Well, doesn't travel too far. Here's Brown. Out wide to Edwards. Needs some support, Edwards. Good pass. Inside, oh, it's an awful, awful cross. Got under it so much.
Zidane, bro, not something that the proper Zidane would be proud of.
Not Zidane at all, no.
Didn't do justice to that name.
Yeah.
There was a lovely ball from Edwards, though. Waited until support came, and just as it arrived, the defender stepped back just a little bit, opening up the channel for Edwards to play the ball in, and Zidane there didn't do justice to that.
Watson. Can't get the cross in his Fraser. Back to Watson. Watson. Whips it in. Chanel Thomas. Ooh, it misses him. Miss Chanel Thomas did. There are so many of these opportunities, and it's gone behind for a corner. The assistant referee on the near side says there's so many crosses. Cavalier, that's the one thing Limehall haven't done well, and their coach will be talking to them about. Gentlemen, you're letting them get too many crosses in. And you feel it's only a matter of time before the recipient gets the header right.
Yeah, the goalkeeper doesn't want to let the ball go because he's saying it didn't go out and he wanted the referee to come and have a look. The referee might say you might just have shoved it back on the park.
The referee is the human VAR. I know Williams says he's injured. Referee says wait.
Yeah, Williams wanted to provide the VAR, but sorry, Williams, the players aren't involved in that. Yeah, close to half-time, they're going to have to defend this one. And you get the feeling, based on what you've seen so far in this opening 44 minutes, this is probably the most likeliest of routes for which Cavalier will get on the score sheet. I don't think Limehall has had a corner in this game.
No, they haven't. Referee Hayden summoning the trainer to attend to Jaheim Williams. The referee attempted to help him up. Williams wasn't having any of it, insisting that his belly, his chest, his hip, his back, all of those places hurting him.
He's saying to the referee, I want a trained personnel here, trained to call this game, trained to attend to me.
I'll wait until you get an orthopedic surgeon over here. There's something wrong with that.
That's how bad he's doing. He's gesticulating that he is injured, eh? Yeah.
All right, so based on what we've seen so far, I was saying to you that Cavalier have gotten, certainly on this right-hand side of their attack, they've put in a number of crosses, and a couple of headers have been challenged, but a couple of headers have been free, and they haven't managed to get it on target. And the law of averages suggests that it's a matter of time before they get one right. Limehall haven't done well stopping the crosses coming in, and Cavalier haven't done well making use of the crosses when they come in. Something will give at some point. Limehall need to do better defending.
Yeah, they have to, and that they're relying just on defending the cross coming in. I always say, as a coach, you want to have two bites at it. You want to try and prevent the cross coming in first, and then you try and defend it if it comes in. Those balls going out wide, it's coming from the middle of the park, and they're going to have to stop that happening and then engage Cavalier in those wide areas and try and create numbers up as much as possible.
Daniel Parchment below my commentary position, putting up 6 minutes. Sorry, Dwight, to show that 6 minutes will be tacked on the first half as we are back to live action. Good header out by Kevin Graham. Took a deflection, didn't go too far. It's flung back in, and Williams claims high. Oh, and he falls hard, Jaheim Williams. That was a hard fall. And would have been shaken up when you fall like that, and I've fallen like that on a football field. It's almost as if your organs move around. And this is the cross by Smith, and look, he catches it high, comes down on the ball as they teach you to do. But the ball wasn't in the ideal position to cushion all of the landing, and yeah, he would have been shaken up and stirred.
Good take from him there, and he went really
brave,
high. Yeah, and he had to, because he's not the biggest guy. You said you've fallen that high on a football field.
Yes.
You're not a goalkeeper. I suspect you went up for a header?
No, I was dribbling, and I took a heavy touch, and there was a fast man coming across, and we got there at the same time, and he went with everything, and I went way in the air. And when I landed, man, I saw every planet in the solar system. I can tell you that. That was grade 9 in high school. I didn't go to school for 2 days. So I know how that fall feels.
Boy, I tell you, I wouldn't want to be involved in that one with you. Maybe this one is a lot more gentle, even though it looked so bad. Yours would have been worse.
I wonder how much more time we're going to get added on, because we are into stoppage time, and Jaheim Williams has been in the wars he'd want halftime to come so he can get some iced water and a lie down in the shade. Wouldn't mind though, because his team have the lead, have the advantage, and they're battling to hold it to the break.
Yeah, not surprised if we go 7 or so minutes in this one.
Kevin Graham just had an intense conversation with Latroy Leng over on that far side, the veteran, the goal scorer, organizing, encouraging, advising. He's the barrister for this team. Not wearing the captain's armband, but you can know that Kevin Graham is a leader. He's been a leader wherever he's been. Vocal and influential. Leng with this free kick. Flicked on by Zidane Brown. And it's a bump in the back by Shamar Watson on Ronaldo Brown. And he takes the dive. It's a free kick.
I think because he had gotten away with a few bumps before, but didn't have that level of force.
Keeper is down again, Jaheim Williams. Yeah, that was a real hard fall. And to be fair to him, when the cross was coming in, you saw him holding his back, the right side of his back, before he got that hard fall. I don't know if he feel, well, it's the right time, because he'll have at least 15 minutes to get his marbles back together. Referee Hayden signaling to the trainer to get on to attend to Jaheim Williams.
And yeah, he'll need some attention, but I don't think there is a, and so
look at this, Dwight. He wants the ball, and you would know, of course, better than I do. He wants the ball firmly in the hand to come down on it, to cushion, but the ball wasn't there.
No, not there. The doubler wasn't well formed, maybe, or didn't go in that clutches in that way the doubler is formed, and so more towards the base of it. But as you look at the bench here, there's no reserve goalkeeper. He saw Janae having a chat with him, but he's in the stands, and his ID is not available for him. So Limehall really in a predicament. They're going to have to do everything possible to keep him on the park, or a player will have to go into the goal for them. I mean, every team always have players in there that goes into the goal in training or stuff like that, just playing around. They're probably going to have to pick one if that's the case. But I suspect Williams will carry on. He's well aware too that there's no substitute goalkeepers on the bench, so he's not going to come off on that stretcher right now.
Saw them giving him water. They may need to give him some sweet sugar and water. You know what? That's what they say.
I remember the Jamaica here. Yes. Yeah. But he'll continue for sure.
Yeah.
At the halftime break is close enough, so maybe that 15-minute break will really help him a lot. What I would say to Cavalier now, and I think the coaching staff would probably say to them, you want to test Jaheim Williams a lot now.
There's the reserve keeper.
Yeah.
Histon Henry.
Leaning up on the post, not the post that they'd want it to be on, if needs be. But yeah.
He can't help from there. Anyway, they have this free kick. They scored from a free kick. Sajay Anderson presiding over this one. Can they strike from this dead ball situation once again, Limehall, and make the task even more arduous for the men in white?
If they can produce a cross like the first that created the goal.
Anderson, it's a poor cross. So poor. I may need a stronger word, but I'm going to leave it there for now. The header is met by Javane Ellis. Ellis once again, combining well with Campbell. Back to Ellis. Anywhere will do. And Kane, don't know who he was trying to find with that outside of the boot pass, but looked at Sajay Anderson as, why weren't you running forward? And Anderson was saying, man, I was standing right beside you. I'm not Usain Bolt. Ball played forward for Calvin. Doesn't have the wheels to get there. It was a poor pass anyway from Jaheim Fraser. Yeah.
But yeah, I think Kane has been the weaker link here on the field for Limehall. Really hasn't come to the party
playing
yet.
A couple steps slower than everybody else. Yeah.
And wouldn't be surprised if he's sacked out. I know Price, who is not on the bench, he's ruthless. A coach, I've seen him so far this season, not afraid to make his changes at halftime if he feels players aren't really pulling their weight.
Well, I tell you what, I'm certain that Barnett will say to Kane, look, I'm going to give you 10 minutes at the start of the second half to wake up.
Yeah.
Or else.
Sometimes I normally tell them 5.
There you go. Williams looks to be back to his normal self. He's taking a goal kick and get some meat on it. Giovanni Ling. Kevin Graham sends it back with interest. And it's a free kick. Handball on the play from Zidane Brown. Good header by Ling. Excellent defending. Here he comes again, Jaheim Fraser. Has seen so much of the ball, gets away from Campbell. Can he find the cross though? In front of him is Anderson, helped out by Watson. Chanel Thomas. And he can't play the 1-2 with McCleary. Brown against Ming. Good jump by Ming.
I think that was a better display defensively from Lime. They had numbers out wide, numbers up to defend the cross. So I think they're listening to us, George. Maybe they on the bench have the SportsMax app.
Yep. Here's Calvin. Can't get the cross in. Good block by Sewell, and it needed to be. Ainsworth. Aggressive from Ellis, who says, referee, it's football. Quick free kick by Cavalier. And good response by Limehall. Here's Campbell. Needs to give his team some breathing space, though. Needs to use the ball properly. Plays Zidane Brown. Being hounded. And he wins the free kick. The Limehall fans telling him to take it easy, take it easy. Take as long as you want in dealing with this free kick. And Sajay Anderson is obliging.
Now we're in the 9th minute.
Yes, folks, we're not in the second half. Still playing first half football. Ronaldo Brown. Brawny. Whips the cross in. Can't beat Giovanni Ling, though.
Really getting scrappy here for Cavalier.
Yeah, the teams are tired. There's no doubt about that. They're moving like playing like two boxers who have punched and are really tired. Need to go to the corner, sit on the stool, get some fluid in, and just catch a breath. Both teams exhibiting signs of fatigue.
Yeah, Ming just trying to organize so that he could at least not go further behind.
On the sprint is Calvin. Leaves Sewell for dead. Plays it inside. Ellis. Vital interception because Chanel Thomas was closing him down. And Javane Ellis.
Yeah, that's what you want for your defensive midfielder.
Zidane
really
Brown falls. And it's a foul by Kyle Ming. He's going to go into the book. First yellow card of the half. Zidane Brown just getting in front of Kyle Ming there. Ming reading the situation, realized that if he was beaten, then Zidane Brown would have been on goal. Michael Edwards on the overlap would also have been on goal. Two Limehall men threw on his goalkeeper. And he just had a nibble and fall. Knew what he was doing, Kyle Ming, and knew that it was
the team.
Yeah, would have been a card.
Yeah, stopping a promising attack. So, very easy call there for Hayden.
The free kick being spotted with meticulous precision by that man,
Kane.
Shaquille Kane.
Let's hope he can do something meaningful. All will be forgotten.
Yep. Sajay Anderson just kicked a poor free kick a while ago. May want to redeem himself. Kane. And he was a threat to our cameraman behind the goal. And that's the cue for the referee to call the first half to an end. Kevin Graham there, number 18 in his back. His goal separating the teams. Limehall out in front. Cavalier with work to do in the sun here at the Draxhall Sports Complex.
The Mount Pleasant logo on it, all right? So if you're interested, you can check it out right now.
Island Car Rentals. We're an international award-winning Jamaican company, and we know just how to make your travel experience memorable. Whether you're going somewhere as an individual or a group, we'll take you there in comfort, in style, anywhere. For car rentals, chauffeur services, airport transfers, or your very own customized tours, whatever the reason, business or leisure, we're just a call away. Let Island Car Rentals be your travel partner, because Island people take better care of you.
Never feel we culture, yo. New beginning, we winning, so share our spirit where you living, yeah. Share it. I make we all a one par, you don't know we come from far. From far, anytime we rep, feel we country. We are it have to come with we. No matter with the bad vibes. Poor we are a celebration time. I feel we culture. Make we show ya Jamaican culture. We are nephew overproof from we just a do it to the culture. I'm here for all the drink responsibly.
Welcome back to the Garden Parish Centre, and here we're at Draxall, and it is Cavalier against Limehall. Limehall leads this contest by a goal to nil, and let's have a look at the first half action. It was Cavalier who really went on the front foot early in this one. They got us on the way, and they found a lot of joy. Fraser there combining well down this right side, and early in the contest it was Ainsworth, the 2-goal man for Cavalier, looking to get on the end of it. Back bounce on the park, just getting that one going over. Chanel Thomas also almost got on the end of one of those telling crosses. Again, it was Fraser to that back post, and Thomas just couldn't get that ball played back inside on target. Did rescue it somewhat, got it to the far post and just missed there. Cavalier reining the crosses in, and Limehall really doing well to keep it out. But then it was in the 11th minute, Graham on the end of a lovely ball, cross into the box from a set play, and White couldn't react quick enough, went through his hands, and it was Limehall leading this contest by a goal to nil after 11 minutes. And Graham was the man who found himself on the end of that one. And again, from corner kicks, I think Limehall, they didn't get a corner kick in this one. It's all Cavalier with the crosses coming in. Limehall not doing well to prevent the crosses from coming in, but doing much better in intercepting them once they get into the box. The goalkeeper really under a lot of pressure. Williams in goal, finding a lot of traffic in front of him. It's a ploy from Cavalier to really get a lot of traffic in front of him. Again, a header there that Ming would have done better to get on target, but just a nudge. And then Williams coming high, being brave enough, but fell badly and caused us to go into about 8 minutes of time added on into the first half. Looking at the first half statistics here, Limehall 3 shots, 1 on target. Similar to Cavalier, just 1 of their 11 shots on target. 14 fouls, splits even down the middle for both these two teams. 1 yellow card for Ming in that half, no red cards, 2 offsides, 1 apiece, and 7 corners for Cavalier, none for Limehall. 1 save for Williams in goal for Limehall, none for White in goal there for Cavalier. 62% of the possession, the bulk of it to Cavalier, but the stats that matter at the top is the goal column, and it's 1 for Cavalier, 1 for Limehall, none for Cavalier. Well, Janae is somewhere in the stands with the vibes there, the real nephew vibes in the stands. Let's see what she has for us.
Yes, Dwight, I am downstairs with the Real Nephew fan spirit. If you come to Draxall on Sundays, right by the bar, you're going to see Spence. Spence, what's in your hand? What are you drinking?
You know, honestly, some dragon may I drink though.
What about the Real Nephew?
Yeah. No, man, we have a Real Nephew, you know, man. We're not left out the Real Nephew, but we start off with dragon, and you know, as soon as the sun go down, yeah, we deal with the Real Nephew up and gunning, yeah.
Well, you are a Limehall supporter. Tell me what you're thinking about this match so far.
Honestly, this match so far, we're playing good enough. You understand me? I say we're playing really good. But we just need to take the chances that we're getting now and just put this game to rest. You understand me?
You sound like a football analyst, but tell me a secret that people wouldn't know. What's your profession?
Well, present I'm a police officer.
Oh.
You know,
so are you supposed to be at work or are you there?
No, we're there off, you know, so, you know, so we're going to just line, we're what you're supposed to love, you know what I mean? Which is football, you understand?
Well, we are right here downstairs by the bar, liming out. He's supporting Lime Hall, and there's more action between Lime Hall and Cavalier right after the break. Stay tuned.
Yeah, big one.
Sometimes in life, we have to stay on the move to make a living, deal with running out of cash, forgotten wallets, sharing for your team wherever you are, and staying safe. But life is better with Link, the quick, safe, and easy way to pay. No cash, no bank cards, no problem. No matter who you are, where you are, or what you do, Link fit everybody.
Turn your passion into winnings with JustBet. Watch your favorite international leagues and tournaments and get in the game with JustBet. We have the best odds on over 100 sports: football, basketball, boxing, rugby, motorsports, even virtual matches. Register on the JustBet mobile platform, mobile.justbetja.com, or visit one of our over 100 JustBet locations island-wide. What are you waiting for? Get in the game and win big with JustBet.
I feel with Fosca, made in Jamaica. Porridge, oats, oatmeal, cornmeal with banana.
Yo, proud of we culture, yes, we love Fosca. Whole heap of protein, good source of fiber.
Made in Jamaica, we love with Fosca.
We have to prosper with our Fosca. Good for the sugar level and the blood pressure.
Love my family, me love my Fosca. I feel with Fosca, I feel with Fosca. We love with Fosca, I feel with Fosca.
This is Island Car Rentals. We're an international award-winning Jamaican company, and we know just how to make your travel experience memorable. Whether you're going somewhere as an individual or a group, we'll take you there in comfort, in style, anywhere. For car rentals, chauffeur services, airport transfers, or your very own customized tours, whatever the reason, business or leisure, we're just a call away. Let Island Car Rentals be your travel partner, because Island people take better care of you.
The best clubs in Europe pursue this dream every season. And every action and reaction, we have live. The UEFA Champions League on SportsMax, SportsMax 2 and the SportsMax app. All season long.
Textbook free kick from Stuart Armstrong.
This season, it's all about the celebration, the laughter, the fight, and of course, the game. Watch English Football Championship, League One, and League Two on your home of champions. Catch every game. Watch on the SportsMax app.
Look at what we've achieved in the last 50 years at the WTA. We broke boundaries. We blazed our own trail. We celebrated our differences as well as our victories. 50 years of empowering each other. 50 years of risking it all to push us forward.
You have the opportunity to change the things that are happening.
Wins that made us gasp. Losses that made us cry. Battles that had us on the edge of our seats. Rivalries that grip the world. Inspiring the next generation by showing them what dedication means in our world.
Seeing that I can help these girls makes me feel absolutely amazing.
So where does our story go from here? Well, it's ours to write. WTA 50, just starting.
Sister, welcome.
We've missed this boat. Let's not miss the next one.
It's been revealed. The SportsMax Zone is the #1 show on Caribbean television.
Are we supposed to assume that this was an accidental leak?
No, Faz, but here's the thing. It's riveting.
Just lock it down then. If we're not going to do this, let's just lock it down. What is the point?
Do you think he's a favorite to retain his home?
It's bold.
Definitely the best club in the world. Hands down.
In the world?
You know, that's not even a question.
My heart is still in Trinidad, but my thoughts could be abroad.
And it's a whole lot of fun.
Let's just keep the conversation over here for teams that got out of the group, you know?
Yeah.
This guy you see here, he's an idiot.
This year, me I go take it to them.
Jamaica my thing day. Is that how y'all know?
Jamaica my thing.
This year, me I go take it to them.
Join us weekdays, 4:30 p.m. Jamaica time, 5:30 p.m. ECT on SportsMax.
This is a generation which has learned history, which has observed history,
which will make history.
Bonjour.
The preparation begins.
Bonsoir. Bonne nuit.
For the telling of the next great story.
And she becomes the fastest woman in the history of the Olympic Games.
Next year, the world goes to Paris. And you will be there with us.
Oui, Paris.
The games of the 33rd Olympiad will be here on your home of champions.
Yeah, the second game of our doubleheader will pit the defending champions, Mount Pleasant. They're on their home patch. Well, they'll be on their home patch against Harborview, the Stars of the East. That comes about 3:30 p.m. Jamaica time, 4:30 p.m. outside Jamaica. And it's a game that we are looking forward to the park filling, well, the sports complex filling up nicely as the Mount Pleasant fans get ready to roar their team on to what they hope will be success against one of the best teams locally. It's sweet for Limehall Community Club under the broiling sun here at the Drax Hall Sports Complex. At least the first half was sweet because they poached a 1-goal advantage, which they still have, well, which will take into the second half. Cavalier, though, would feel that they ought to have found the back of the net because they made several forays down the right-hand side. They dominated this sector of the field, and cross after cross came in from Watson, it came in from Fraser, and it came in from Calvin. And there were chances that ought to, the men on the end of those chances ought to have done better. But some good defending at points, and then some errant finishing from the Cavalier men. The story of the first half from them. Ainsworth did a good job with his corner kicks from this side, curling in with the left foot. And a cross here being measured by Mario Smith. Ainsworth corner once again. The goalkeeper always under pressure. Calvin couldn't get his head to that. And Limehall lived dangerously, a la the hit sung by Bounty Killer and Barrington Levy from so many years ago. Lived dangerously, defending those corner kicks, defending those crosses from the right-hand side, but survived. They did. Their sheet is clean, and the Cavalier will have to come again, perhaps throw something harder at the Limehall boys to breach the defense. So a little bit, a mini conference going on among the Cavalier team. And substitutions being lined up. Gadiel Irving is coming in. Nikashe Murray is also coming in. So numbers 8 and 20 are about to make their entrance for Rudolph Speed's team. And in short order, we'll confirm who they'll be replacing. So number 8 is in. That's Gadiel Irving. Well, Nikashe Murray, rather. He's in already. In for Mario Smith, number 24, who took that blow to the head in the first half. And then Gadiel Irving in a conversation down below with Danian Parchment. There he is, Gadiel Irving. And 21 is out. So 21 Jaheim Fraser is out. Marius Smith is out, and Nick Murray and Gadale Irving enter the park. So, Rudolph Speed is trailing. He was unhappy, clearly, Dwight, with what his team gave him in the first half, and he's made his changes early.
Yeah, I think Fraser didn't really give him a lot of quality in terms of the crosses, especially towards the latter part of the first half. Really might have been that, well, the heat probably sapped the energy out of him. As such, he really wasn't, the quality wasn't there towards the latter part of that first half. So maybe just looking for fresh legs. He did do a lot of work running up and down that flank. So maybe just looking for some fresh energy and some better quality.
And those, Dwight, who don't really understand the football would say that the number 9 up front for Limehall, Ronaldo Brown, hasn't done a lot in the game. But as a coach and for the job that his team has to do, I'm sure you would disagree.
No, certainly, because he has been an outlet, regular outlet for them. I see him flicking on balls, looking to hold up play to bring others into it, because they got better in the attacking transitional phase as the game went on. He was the outlet. He held it up, brought others in the game, brought your number 10 in the game for the most part, Campbell, a lot of times, and really was doing well, was a good focal point for them. So, yeah, doesn't have to score in this one. For you to appreciate the work that he's doing up front.
And again, we said it at the start, lone striker in football, perhaps the hardest role in all of football, unforgiving. And it's the little bits and pieces that a man in that position does that will benefit his team. Latroy Leng battling with Ainsworth, and Leng, experience winning out. Gadale Irving, nice touch. Nick Murray, the two substitutes linking up early. Ellis, tigerish and tenacious, and wins it from Murray. Forward to the Rastaman Edwards. Edwards trying to sort out his feet and keep the ball, and he loses out. Here's Ainsworth for Cavalier. Russell had his ankles hacked by Kevin Graham.
Graham said it's all ball.
Yep, referee didn't see a foul, and then Edwards catching his man there, and it's a free kick. Number 4, Shamara Watson, drawing the foul.
And Watson was good in that first half too. A lot of overlapping runs from him. But Edwards, yeah, I think one part of his game that has to improve is that a lot of times when he comes forward, he tends to turn back and gets himself into a lot of trouble.
Here's Ainsworth with the free kick. Curls it in. Javane Ellis has been outstanding for Limehall so far. He meets that. And here's Brown. Edwards helping him. It's a 1-2 punch that Limehall applied to stop Ainsworth going forward there, and in that moment Edwards did his job. Here's Campbell. Oh, trying to find Ronaldo Brown there, but the pass went astray. Ainsworth holding his ankle near side, just out of your picture, and grimacing the young man as Gadale Irving lifts this forward. Cheney Thomas, it misses him. Oh, Williams stole it from the head of the man wearing number 25, Jalmaro Calvin. At the vital moment, the interception by Jaheim Williams.
They're moving much better now, Williams.
Calvin wins it back. Doesn't have many men to find, and Sewell got a piece of it, the captain, and slowed it up just enough for his teammates to clear their lines. The man finishing up the job was Shaquille Kane. And high fives going around in the box for Limehall. This is a play, look, Calvin thinks he's in, but Jaheim Brown gets there to take it away.
Yeah, Sewell not moving as he normally would. I guess earlier when he jarred the hip region, he's normally very reliable as a defender and not missing much headers, but just a bit off. And might just be because of that knock he picked up, or that jar he picked up in the first half.
I tell you what, I see Holness looking towards, Ainsworth looking towards a bench, Dwight, holding the right ankle. I mentioned that earlier, and he's been looking to the bench and looking to the bench as almost as if he's saying, well, you need to watch me, I may not be able to continue. Anyway, Gadale Irving whips this one into the grateful arms of Williams, but it's behind. It's for a corner. The keeper, they're saying, took it out. The Limehall boys are protesting. They're saying, no, it was already curled out of play when the keeper gathered it. But the referee, of course, no surprise, takes the side of his assistant.
And maybe keeper will learn now, if he comes there now, he will just protect that near post and just have that one go into the side netting, because that's where it looked like it was heading.
Irving, once again, curls this one in, this time met by the head of the man wearing 27, Sir Jay Anderson. Jeremy Neesing, an outstanding assistant referee, so if he says it's behind,
it's behind.
It's behind. 10 corners for Cavalier. 10. So Dwight wasn't making it up when he was saying that they were dominating that particular stat, as Irving whips it in once again. Cleared by Kane. Lovely take by Irving. Puts it back in, and it's behind. Oh, I thought it was going behind, but it went into the grateful arms of Williams, and Limehall can reset.
Yeah, and I think they would have come out expecting this Limehall, and in this second half, Cavalier would go press that pedal of pressure pretty early in this one, and I guess what they have to do is just weather this storm here, because the longer they keep Cavalier off the score sheet, then the more easy it will become for them in terms of the fact that Cavalier may begin to wane their effort and their energy.
Captain Sewell to Brown. Can he keep it and finish the ball? Ah, excellent pass out to Campbell. Campbell forward. It was the intention was there, but I see what his intent was, but he chose the wrong pass.
Yeah, good drop pass was on, but what he did well initially, Campbell, was when Brown dropped deep, he went as a runner in behind.
Russell, Graham comes, and Graham falls over, and Graham convinces the referee that he was fouled. I thought he was doing the fouling.
I thought so myself initially. Maybe the replay will give the referee, show that the referee was right. He'll be vindicated by it.
I've said before, there are better defenders in this league than Kevin Graham, but there's none tougher. And if you're in a battle, this is one of those men you'd want to look beside you and see on your team. It gives you confidence.
And there's certainly in a battle here.
Yeah. In a brawl, there's nobody better than Kevin Graham you'd want with you. Here's Ellis bursting forward. Needs some passing options. Waits. Excellent from Ellis. Campbell's touch wasn't so good, but Zidane Brown rescues him, and this is Latroy Leng now for Limehall. Trying to string a few passes together, the boys in orange. Edwards, his first touch was awful. The second touch was good. Here's Kane. Kane tries his luck from distance. Nothing doing.
No, nothing doing. And good, he didn't look up. He kept his eye on the ball, but didn't lean over it, and always leaning back. So he was always rising high. He found himself in a lot of space, and he has a good shot on him. I don't think Coach Barnett would be disappointed with him going for the shot, but maybe the way he executed it, then yeah.
Gadale Irving to the midfield for Watson. Ainsworth seems to have shaken off that ankle knock. Midfield to Nick O'Shea Murray. Cross whipped in, met by Kevin Graham, comes as far as Watson. Oh, he took a deflection and picked up speed. And Williams watches it whistle by the upright on the right side.
Yeah, that deflection was wicked. Not only the speed, but got a little bit of elevation, and Williams was already going down. Yeah, that one went well, in the end, well wide.
Kane was the man. They'll say, well, commentators have woken up for the second half. You should acknowledge that. And we are acknowledging it, sir. Good afternoon. Good to see you for the first time this afternoon. Here comes the corner. Watson wants to take it quickly, but referee Hayden has a problem saying you didn't spot it in the right place. Correct blade of grass and all. Here we go. Watson fires this one in, doesn't beat Leng as the first defender. Good defending. And Kane pushes it behind. This is what, corner number 13 or number 12? Maybe 12.
12.
Yep.
Wow. I don't think Limehall will mind if that's the column that they beat them in.
Yep. Watson aiming once again. Goes back post this time and curls it out of play. Rudolph Speed below my commentary position looks at the turf and sighs. Wondering what he can do to elicit the kind of response from his team that can get them back in this game.
And because of the time of the day that this game has been played at, not being able to really, his charge is not able to operate at that high speed, high intensity, as we've come to know from Cavalier. So, yeah, not able to just overrun this Limehall team.
The kind of surface would have also helped Limehall's cause, because Cavalier are a slick team that likes to keep the ball on the carpet, likes to pass it around. The surface here is not a bad one, but it's not really conducive to that kind of football.
Yeah, you're right about that.
It's a grafter's surface. If you can graft, you get the result here. If you're a pretty ball playing team, this may not be in the condition that it's in with the rain and everything else. May not be the surface for that. Murray, Irving, Thomas, Ainsworth, crosses on. Ainsworth took a touch, and Leng blocked it for the moment, and here's Sajay Anderson. 1-2 headers as far as Gio Leng. Kevin Graham now. Limehall under the cosh. They've been that way since the start of the second half. Man goes down holding his head. The referee hasn't seen him yet. And now he sees him. It's Kane with the head injury.
Yeah, the referee hadn't seen it. Back was turned to it. But the minute he turned around and saw that, then he obliged by blowing the whistle so that he could get the attention. Let's see if it was genuine cause here. Yeah, may not be enough that is going to cause him not to continue, Kane, but probably just looked up and saw that it was going away from Limehall and felt head injured, and that would cause it to stop immediately.
You know, the reason I'm laughing is I'm not being a cruel man. There was a game at the Captain Horace Burrell Centre of Excellence, UWIJF Captain Horace Burrell Centre of Excellence, where a Waterhouse player, Andre Fletcher, he was then, got a knock on the head, and he was convinced there was a cut there. You know what he did? He checked for blood, then he touched the spot, tasted it.
I think I was on call with you there, George. I remember that one.
There's Ramon Howard, his former skipper at Waterhouse, eating some peanuts. But yeah, he was convinced that it must have. Yeah. It was so painful.
I think he touched it about 3-4 times and looked at it.
He touched it and tasted the spot. I said, no man, there must be bleed. There must be blood somewhere. Here's
Color
Ainsworth.
Was different. Was trusting his taste buds rather than his eyesight.
Yes, sir. Ainsworth on the end of his. Can he produce a quality cross? Fired behind by Javane Ellis, who has been outstanding this afternoon, has been terrier-like in midfield. Nobody has dribbled past Javane Ellis. He hasn't misplaced a pass or a tackle, and Limehall will hope he can keep the same energy and efficiency for the rest of the game.
Also in that first half, he made a huge, very good recovery run.
Substitution being lined up for Cavalier in the meantime. Giovanni Leng, it was behind when he met. Number 18 is coming in. That's Ronaldo Robinson. At the earliest opportunity, he's going to come in. The change is acknowledged. And looks to be Ainsworth who's coming out. As Jaheim Williams struggles again. And no, it's Orlando Russell who's coming out. So number 18 will come in, Ronaldo Robinson. And number 16, his race is Ron Orlando Russell. So the third change made by Cavalier. Meanwhile, they say trouble doesn't set like rain, the Jamaicans saying, Dwight, and the thing is this, on the day Limehall don't have their backup keeper on the bench is when their starting goalkeeper is in all sorts of problems.
Yeah. The Murphy Law is in effect as well there. Yeah, but you're right.
Yep.
But he'll have to continue because this is a situation where everybody will be asking him to fight on because of the scoreline in this one. They're leading it. And the confidence of, and that's something that has not been allowed to happen in this contest. You have to give the defenders, the Limehall, a lot of credit. And yes, he's the defensive midfielder in Javon Ellis, but they have not allowed Cavalier to really test Jaheim Williams since he got injured in the first half. Really well protected.
Correct you are. It's the right ankle that's the problem. There's Histon Henry, the Limehall the number 2 goalkeeper. He's not having any ray. The man in front of him is. And Henry just looking on, and you know, he'd have been on the field already, one suspects. But Williams must soldier on. He has to, because his team do not have a specialist goalkeeper on the bench.
And the good thing about it is the goalkeeper, so the referee will allow as much time as possible for him to get treatment. It seemed to be that right ankle. But they've weathered the opening 10 minutes in the second half.
Showing you something, showing off the sponsor there.
Yeah.
Ray and Neville, you heard or one of the interviews that Janae did, the policeman telling you that he's waiting until the sun goes down. I won't say more on that.
I quite understand what he's saying.
Ray is not something to trifle with in certain conditions.
In certain conditions.
Good all around, but in certain conditions you have to be careful.
He's not only an experienced police officer, but an experienced
There you go.
else.
There you go.
Yes.
All right, Jaheim Williams, they've done some running repairs, and he looks good to go again. This will cause referee Hayden to have to tack on a significant chunk of added time at the end of this game. We're far from that. Williams doesn't look happy.
No, not at all. And I think Cavalier will test him with a lot of cross coming in, causing him to make decisions to come off his line. It's really difficult for him now. And yeah, they'll really need to test him.
There's a man in the crowd asking if the Lime Hall coaching staff are going to kill the goalkeeper, because obviously he's suffering and they're keeping him in the game. So he's asking if they intend to kill the goalkeeper. Well, this is the big boys league, and as Dwight said at the top, it's more than about quality. Quality is just perhaps half of what is necessary to succeed at this level. You need guts.
Yeah.
You need lots and lots of guts.
I've seen a lot of quality players just don't really make it at this level.
And the gutsy ones do.
Yeah.
Kevin Graham takes this goal kick.
Good purchase on it. They have a saying in the sport that hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
Correct.
Lime Hall is certainly working hard here.
Robinson tries his luck, and there was a free kick coming together between Sewell and Shaniel Thomas, and both of them going in the referee's book. Shaniel Thomas and the man is Sewell, the Lime Hall captain, taking yellow cards for an exchange that the referee didn't agree with. Both men clashing, grabbing the shirt. Sewell did, and then Thomas responded by throwing the elbow. The referee says, none of that on my field. Free kick, Nickashay Murray. Jaheim Williams limping between the sticks for Lime Hall. But he's organizing his wall and limping back to the center of his goal to map out his starting position. Murray floats this one in. Sewell gets the header. And here's that man, Sewell. Well, rather, Javane Ellis, who got there to tidy up. I don't think Lime Hall have passed half line since the first half began. They've been penned in and hemmed in by Cavalier, who are pressing for the equalizer. Ellis fights Ronaldo Robinson and wins. Campbell being encouraged by the crowd, the Lime Hall supporters, to just get the ball away efficiently there. Slim number 10. Here's Kevin Graham trying to hack it away, didn't get it far. Ellis felt he was fouled on the header, and the referee agrees with him.
Yeah, reprieve here for Lime Hall, getting a chance to break out, get this one out of their defensive third.
Let's tell the viewers as well, Dwight, how cooler it has gotten here at Drax Hall. It's very cool, very nice. These are good footballing conditions.
And Cavalier maybe will relish this one to really play at a high clip. Lime Hall doing the right thing though, keeping possession somewhat, but going long.
Robinson, or Ronaldo Brown, battling away against Kyle Ming. Here's Zidane Brown. And falling over there was Kane, and buys a free kick.
Yeah, Shaniel Thomas doesn't feel like he did enough to cause that Kane to go to ground. But there was an example again of Ronaldo Brown showing the work he's doing, not scoring, but look how well he held it up.
Superb.
To bring others in the game. And you have to have a certain mindset to play as a lone striker. You have to be willing to put in the work, know that you're going to run a lot in vain sometimes.
And hardly get the ball.
Yes, yes. But I think they've found with the absence of Ellis, Elliott rather, they found Brown.
So Jay Anderson has been awful from free kick so far, but he leaves this one for Leng. And got the power on it, but wayward.
We've seen Lime Hall in the second half. It's a 5-4-1 in their defensive shape. Just Ronaldo Brown up top and 4 pretty much across the middle, with 5 at the back.
McCleary got away from Edwards, but couldn't get the cross in. As here's Watson. Edwards gets in the way for Lime Hall, battling away, gets the lucky break, and finds the pass to Brown. But Ming cleaned up, and Jioleng, bad control, and in frustration he blasts it into the perimeter fence here. Cavalier boys frustrated as the sun returns.
I didn't know that the commentator's curse went that far to the weather.
So Cavalier have made 3 changes. They've shaken things up where their personnel is concerned. But they haven't found the equalizer. Here comes Giovanni Leng, though. Shot from distance. It's a good block by Latroy Leng. The shot was taken by Calvin. Lined it up. It was traveling. But Leng did his job well.
That was Kane, the culprit again. He was the one who turned it over and apologizes. And he had the support of Graham, who said, okay, don't kill him. Let us encourage him to keep going.
Cross driven in, headed away by Kane this time. Ronaldo Robinson again for Cavalier. Puts another cross in! And it's headed away by Sewell. The captain, vital intervention there. Remember, his goalkeeper is struggling. Cavalier still haven't had the chance to test him yet.
That one I felt was on target just now.
Watson. Cavalier turning up the wick. Lime Hall haven't made a change yet. Keeping faith with the men out there, but they've won back possession. Anderson, forward to Ronaldo Brown. This is his moment. Oh, it was a bad touch. Poor touch by Ronaldo Brown. That was his moment. Would have been a one-on-one situation, but his touch deserted him at the critical point.
Not quite sure why he went with the left foot to control that, just to allow that one across the body. The inside of the right foot would have been a better option, you feel.
Since this is a card, as referee Hayden has 2 things to sort out. There was a studs up challenge on Kyle Ming in the center circle by Zidane Brown. He let play go, and then Michael Edwards, no attempt to play the ball, and fouled his man on the far side.
I think he's looking for Zidane.
Yes, he's looking for him. Zidane hiding.
Not sure he went back to France, but yeah, that should be a yellow.
Yeah, Calvin tripped up by Michael Edwards, beaten for pace.
I don't think the yellow was shown to Edwards.
No. He's looking for, no doubt, he's looking for Zidane Brown.
Yeah,
and he finds him.
Yeah.
And books him.
Couldn't make it to France fast enough.
So confirmation, Zidane Brown gets the yellow card for a studs of challenge on Kyle Ming in the center circle.
Michael Edwards escapes.
And Michael Edwards escapes, as the Michael Edwardses do. Here is Ainsworth. Chris Ainsworth with this free kick. Cavalier desperate for the equalizer. Then they can think about the push for 3 points. Ainsworth curls it in. Oh, it beat Sewell, but didn't beat Campbell.
Yeah, it was a good cover from Campbell. Normally you want, so a lot of times you see people just stand and watch when the defender goes up for the other, thinking he's Superman, can't miss it. On that occasion, Campbell wasn't taking any chance, and that's good defensive work there.
Corner kick number 13 for Cavalier. Ainsworth fires this one in. And Kane got there. Vital interception. This is Watson. It's deflected. And this is Leng. Referee says, hold on. He's seen something that he's not happy with.
Maybe something in his eyes he's not seen. Contrary to that, probably not seen well.
Yeah, fly may have gotten into the eye of the referee.
I think he's giving also the water break as well. Or the hydration break, is that what he's... Oh, he's calling for some water.
Will he add time onto the game for this?
He should. It's a stoppage.
Yeah, he's used the option, used the chance rather to instruct the players to take the hydration. Or have they? The Cavalier boys wanted to come.
Yeah, he's instructed them to take it. Yeah, thought he was indicating that should have happened.
So referee Hayden. Should we repeat that? I don't think we should.
I don't think we had to. I think it might have gone through the microphone.
The people in the crowd are special. Something happened to the referee and a man in the crowd said, this proves that science is real. I don't know what he
But what
means
is real for sure is Janae is in the stand with some fans for the Ray Nephew spirited moment. So let's see what Janae has to say from the fans there.
Yes, Dwight, it's definitely a spirited moment. I am here with Donna Doni. Tell me where you got that name from.
Well, the name from Italy, Italian footballer. Yeah.
Who gave you, mommy or daddy?
Mommy.
So were you once a footballer any time in your life?
Yes, I usually played for Carolina College, but a couple of years ago.
So to the football career?
Well, I'm not sure. I can disappear for a while, you know?
Okay, well, we are at this JPL match between Limehall and Cavalier. If there was any team in the JPL league that you would want to play for, which team would it be?
Well, I mean, right now, I would say Mount Pleasant because it's closer to home, you know?
Okay, well, you are here. You told me that you're just enjoying some Sunday football. You retire from the football playing it, so you are watching it. What is your prediction for this match?
Well, I mean, this match, I'll say Limehall, 2-0 victors.
Are you just saying that because them score?
No, I'm not saying that because they score. Well, I expect it to be a pulsating encounter, but let's see if it will live up to the billing, you know?
Okay, well, you are here with some people who are enjoying their Ray Nephew. Are you going to have any?
Well, no, I don't think so. But, I mean, I'll try.
What is your match ritual?
Well, normally I just come and drink a juice and cool on if the match is that hot, you know?
Well, it is definitely hot out here. We are going to be in the stands watching the rest of the match, having fun. You guys, if you're at home cooking your Sunday dinner, come down to Jack's Hall. It's nice down here.
That is it.
Thank you, Janae. Thank you for that. Meanwhile, Jaheim Williams, the goalkeeper for Limehall, getting more treatment on that right ankle injury.
Yeah.
And
I think it's something that's going to punctuate this game.
Yeah, the trainer going, there may be a cut. That must be dressing.
Yeah, look like iodine. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a cut there.
Mm-hmm.
And dressing being applied. And he'll be taped up. And pretty soon he'll be ready to resume. So 1-0, Limehall went ahead in the 11th minute, courtesy of a header from Kevin Graham from a free kick from Latroy Leng. And they've been battling to hold that lead since. But that opportunity, it wasn't a chance, that opportunity for Ronaldo Brown to sprint through one-on-one with Jadine White. And as Dwight said, for some reason he went to trap the ball with the left foot. And it took a very heavy touch. Kind of touch you'd expect Dwight Jeremiah to take if he was in a similar position.
Not even so. One thing my players will tell you I have is the first touch.
With your hands. Yeah, there you go. Limehall lining up 2 substitutions. Number 28 looking to come in. That's Ronaldo Hansen. There he is. Another Ronaldo.
Sometimes these names, as Janae had spoken to, what was it? Donadoni. Sometimes these names really keep these guys down.
Donadoni, Roberto Donadoni was his name. He was a star of the Italian team, Italia 90. I think he played also at the USA 94 in Italy beat Brazil in that final. Outstanding winger at club level and a top international player as well, Roberto Donadoni. And what Dwight is saying is that maybe the young man had another name, he would have gone further in football because the name was a heavy one to carry. Michael Edwards, the Rastaman on the wing. Time is up and he walks off, having contributed to his team's position, played a role. As Michael Edwards will rest up for the next assignment that Limehall have in this competition.
And we quite understand those 2 changes. Edwards, yes, had run a race, was really slowing up. And we know Ronaldo Brown did a human service up front.
And maybe the coach would say, well, your attempt at that touch to run through on the goalkeeper shows that you're tired. So let me freshen it up at the spearhead of the attack.
And the man that he's put on in terms of Hansen is another Ronaldo Hansen. Normally a central midfielder, but been asked to go up front, which probably will work in Limehall's favour because he'll probably trap back and give them some help in their defensive shape.
And what you're saying is that the instinct to track back is natural for him.
It's natural for him, yeah.
So we'll clear that out for a touch, for a goal kick rather, for a throw rather. Cleared it into touch for a throw, which Cavalier have taken. Couldn't keep the corner. Couldn't keep the ball from going up. Jahid Hansen. The Hansen brothers coming on, Ronaldo and Jahid. As we look at Rudolph's speed, studied, concentrating, trying to see what else he can do to help his team from the sidelines. He's made 3 changes already. Limehall have just made 2. So fresh legs on the park.
14th corner this one is?
Yes, sir. And Ainsworth has taken the previous 13 and he's taken this 14th one. Met by Jahid Hansen. And here's Zidane Brown. Needs some help though. Needs to hold it up properly and pace it forward to Jahid Hansen. Didn't have the wheels to get there, but Limehall will take their time over this throw, you think?
Yeah, they've done well so far. 15 minutes or so to go. Yes, we expect a chunk of time to be added on for the stoppages, but to referee and Williams in goal, referee Hayden as well. But yeah, and the hydration break. So, but Limehall will be quite pleased. They've approached the second half in stages and they've managed it well. I think I've pretty much switched. See for Limehall, Kane has pretty much joined Ellis as a double pivot in the defensive midfield position.
Watson can't get it past Sewell. Ronaldo Robinson gets away from Sewell. Couldn't find Chanel Thomas. Oh no. That was Kane again, wasn't it? No, it wasn't Kane. It was Hansen, Jahid Hansen.
So up kept to the speed of the game.
Yeah. Oh, intercepted by Zidane Brown. And lucky that Kyle Ming was tracking back Daniel Irving getting out of jail. And he's having a go at Jadine White, saying you didn't deal with the ball properly and forced me into a situation where I almost made a bad turnover. Here's Kane. Hansen. Not many players in orange shirts up front. Hansen gives it away. Not what Limehall need at this time. On the run is McCleary. Ronaldo Robinson can't check back on his good foot. And here's Hansen. Oh, needed a better touch than that. Needed a better pass, needed a better touch. And Limehall keep turning the ball over without pressure. That's what Campbell is saying to Hansen. You get that ball, it has to stick. It has to stick because you're putting us under pressure.
And a tired Ronaldo Brown was doing much better in terms of holding up the ball.
Sir.
Probably not be able to run at it, but definitely was doing better.
Here's Ainsworth. Can't go through the legs of Ling. Ling is saying, young man, I've been here longer than you. I know that trick. Kyle Ming. Sewell gets the call from his keeper to leave. And Williams gathers. Turn it over too easily, Limehall.
Yeah, I think what's helping them though is that Cavalier themselves have not been so creative in that final third. Looking to dink the ball over the top, not really having a lot of space to run into because Limehall, they're defending deep. So it's really going to take a lot of combination play in front there to really unlock this one. And maybe some good shot from distance. The fact that they're sitting that deep and the fact that Jaheim Williams in goal is not so agile, so left or right of him, closer to those uprights, and he could be scrambling.
Ming, wide. To McCleary, and instructs him to find Ling. Intercepted. This is Hansen. Gets there first, Hansen, with a good header. What does he do? Hansen with a shot! The crowd was willing him to go for it. Needed more purchase on it, but it's a save from Jaden White nevertheless. It was on target.
Yeah, it was better from Hansen. I felt, yeah, go for the goal. Jaden White was off his line, backpedaling. Maybe a little bit more projection, much more height on that one. And White would have been in serious problems there.
Yeah, because he was off his line.
Yeah, just didn't get under that one enough, Hansen.
Ellis getting to Robinson quickly and closing him down. The referee saying too much aggression. That's why he's given the free kick. And Ainsworth has the chance to make something of this set piece. He's had many so far, the young man. Hasn't bingoed yet. Won't bingo on that effort because Ellis Wells gets in the way.
I tell you what, we're not close to that time yet. Lots of time still left in it for somebody to decide this game even further than where it's at. But Ellis has certainly stuck his hand up.
I tell you what, even if Cavalier go on to win this game, unless someone scores a hat-trick or scores both those goals, Ellis is my man of the match.
He's been strong. I was just about to say that despite Graham scoring, and Graham has been very much involved in this game. He's organizing, he's there to intercept. But Ellis, I saw him make a defensive run, a recovery run in that first half. He was like a centre-back, and it was vital that he got there because that's where Cavalier cut it back. And he was the one there preventing them from striking on goal. So really, and I appreciate, I mean, the purists of the football will notice some persons will come to the game and walk away not recognizing the work of a defensive midfielder like Ellis has put on today, the show he's put on. But yeah, when you're a purist, you'll see it and you'll appreciate it.
Yep, aggressive without being dirty. That's what he's done so far. Here we Ricochet Murray lifts it over the top for Ainsworth. Hansen got there with the header, and Zidane Brown taking no chances. That was very good of him, very commonsensical. Didn't know who was behind him, so didn't even think of controlling the ball and playing his way out of danger.
Really good there, good work there from
Zidane Brown.
Yeah,
and he closed them down again. Giovanni Leng, who made a tired attempt at a pass forward.
And I've seen in their opening game, Montego Bay United, Waterhouse, they've played much better than they have here at Lima. But I'll tell you what, they'll take this crappy win over those two results they've had in the past. And they'll learn from these things to recognize at this level, it's all about result for them now.
Here comes Ronaldo Robinson on the burst, but Kane on his job. Excellent defending from Kane under pressure.
And I guess that's one of the reasons why Graham was saying, just don't rush him too much. Just support him more because he can do those stuff, Kane.
Here's McCleary. Digs out across. Ooh, it's met by LaTroy Leng defensively because that man, Calvin was flying in with the header and Leng robust, standing there.
It's about the third time I've seen a play like that. It's like deja vu. First half, we saw about two of that went out for corner kicks where just as the Cavalier player got his head on it, there was a Lima player to deflect that one.
Holness, well, Ainsworth curls this one in.
Thomas was there.
Yep. And every time I say Ainsworth, I'm tempted to say Holness because there's a big disc jockey from these parts, Ainsworth Holness, known as Big A legend of Irie FM. And that's the association that's in my head.
Well, you're in St. Anne, so I can pardon you for that.
There you go. That's the kind of vibe, my friend. That's the kind of vibe.
But yeah, they're defending stoutly here, Lima. This is, and you have to appreciate there's two facets to the game. Of course, it's attacking and defending. Sometimes we get carried away just with the attacking side.
The Hansen boys combining, and oh, Jahid was trying to work himself forward, letting the crowd down.
He had Campbell for company, and maybe just a little dink over there for Campbell to run onto. To his right, I think that would have been a better pass or a better option.
Yep. Cavalier man down. Referee says play on. And here's Ronaldo Hansen. Oh, did he get by Giovanni Leng? No. Excellent use of the body by Leng. Campbell. Good recovery for Lime Hall. Ellis. To Anderson. Back to Sewell. Ellis. Anderson goes long. Was under some pressure, but I'd have liked to see him keep possession and use his body there to protect the ball. Anyway, he's giving it up, and Leng comes forward for Cavalier. Tired from Ling. Hansen got in the way. Ling finishes up the play. So he'll turn it out for a throw, allowing his defenders to regroup. Communication evident between Kevin Graham and Latroy Ling. And Graham applauding. He's like a cheerleader in the back now, the veteran. He wants his goal to be the match winner. Ronaldo Robinson can't get there as quick as he is.
And really don't underestimate the cheering here from Graham, because at this stage sometimes I'll tell you a player will feel like they have nothing more in them, and just a shout, just an applaud, just a message from the sideline or a player on the park will give them a little burst of energy. Those ATP will fire and energy will come about, and trust me, it is something that will help this Limehall team over the line.
Graham tying his keeper's laces. It's not time wasting. The keeper will have to take off his gloves and then tie his own laces. It would take more time than Kevin Graham doing it.
Maybe you should have allowed him to do that then.
There you go. You're the coach. You know? That's why you're the coach. Nickashay Murray to McCleary. Let's not discount the work that the number 10 for Limehall has done, Dwight Carlos Campbell.
No, really.
There's not much of him, but he's been about. He's done. I've not seen a defender do so much defending. Well, I've not seen a number 10 do so much defending since Kasai Hines were number 10 for Tivoli.
I was going to tell you number 10 I have in my schoolboy team that plays left back.
I want to lock up every coach who gives a number 10 a defensive role. Anyway, here's Hansen. He's in space. What does Hansen do? Jahid Hansen went for goal. Burst into the box. Hansen needs help. Ellis helps him. Ellis first time, but it's a shot on target. The keeper saved it, so the statisticians will note that one for Limehall. Would never beat Jadine White in the mid-year years with that though. And then Jadine White, oh my goodness.
Yeah. I'm surprised by Hansen with his effort there now. He's a right winger by trade. This is where he's at. And he also will allow that to play.
The SportsMax app moment. Latroy Leng's free kick. And look at Kevin Graham. Header placed through the hands of Jadine White. Nobody picked him up. He was approaching that ball like a steam train, Kevin Graham, and provides us with the SportsMax app moment.
A really good finish, and one worthy, if it were to win this game, worthy of winning a contest, because the cross was lovely. Gave the defender no chance to intercept.
Another change by Cavalier. They're fourth. And number 26 is coming in. That's Roger Arthurs. And the man jogging off is number 27, McCleary. Jerome McCleary out. Roger Arthurs in.
Cavalier with twice as many changes as Limehall in this one. 4 for them. Still unable to find the winner. At times we say the match winner might be sitting on the bench. Well, let's see if these two carries the key to unlock this Limehall defense. It's been a wall of orange.
Ellis apologizes to Campbell. He wanted to make that into a pass. Instead, he gave away a throw. Not fatal, though. Or is it? Ellis tracking Shaniel Thomas. And Campbell helps him out. It's a throw. There's Sajay Anderson with a big left boot. Ball still alive, though. And Ellis cleared it in the wrong direction, gives away a corner, but the Limehall defense won't complain. At least he gives them a chance to reset.
Yeah, and they've repelled some 14 already, so they'll feel confident that they can deal with this one. Looking to plot a change.
O'Neal Henry.
Yeah, looking to come in.
Meanwhile, Ainsworth, corner number 15. Whips it in. Oh, Williams, goalkeeper Williams. Nice catch. Lovely catch. And he'll spend some time with the ball, telling the ball how much he appreciates it.
I was attempting to say he might have recovered from that right ankle, but didn't have to move too much for that one. Yeah, it came right to him, and he landed on both. So, yeah, seemed to be much better.
He's even taking goal kicks now.
Yeah.
Man is good.
A little limp after, so he's not 100, but with the adrenaline really acting as a painkiller.
Zidane Brown needs a good pass to Campbell. Campbell, first time in the box all game. Campbell, what can he do? Went for goal. Third attempt on target by Limehall, though.
Yeah, I didn't have much option in front.
No.
Everybody was behind. Somebody needed to run to bust the net, we call it. But that's the little plays like that will certainly help Limehall, give them a little reprieve from the incessant pressure from Cavalier.
Referee has to call this one back. He has to. Yes, he does. Because that ball was into the path of Hansen, were it not for the referee's inadvertent touch. Anyway, number 19 is coming in, as we told you, O'Neal Henry for Limehall. Number 16, Zidane Brown, is coming out.
Yeah, Zidane Brown, an attacking central midfielder.
Assess his contribution today.
And no, he has been really good. A lot of things that happened in the attacking third that was good for them, closing down all the time, and really normally the spark to start their attacking thrust for Limehall. So I think you look at his not just his jersey, his shorts as well. I mean, soak down to the last knit of thread. And coming in is O'Neal Henry, who's by trade a defensive midfielder.
Here's Campbell. Campbell going through the step over routine. Campbell! Oh, he tried to go around Leng. Leng is saying, young man, I've seen that several times. I trained with Chevon Marsh. Referee, we hear, is about to put up the board, the assistant, for 10 minutes of time added on. So Limehall not home and dry just yet.
But they're getting there, they're getting there.
Here's Leng.
If you told them at the beginning of this match, 10 minutes to go, they would be leading by 1. I think they'll take anything that you use to indicate that to them.
Oh, Kane gives it away to Ronaldo Robinson. And then Kane provides the obstacle, blocking his path. Here's the new man, Henry. His touch wasn't good. Here's Ainsworth, has some space to work with. Can he find the cross? Ainsworth looks. And Latroy Leng. Listen, every man in orange has worked hard and worked well this hour. Latroy Leng has been outstanding as well. So hasn't put a foot wrong.
So we have a title for team of the game. They win it.
The whole team gets the man of the match. Listen,
I'm not sure if
Ellis is my man of the match, but I wouldn't be upset if Latroy Leng got it. Well, we're the ones giving it, so we know what to do. Here comes the pass. And Williams gathers. But Latroy Leng has been outstanding. Has blocked shots destined for goal.
But you go across that back line and you talk about
Graham,
and you talk about Leng, Sewell,
yeah,
and even in front of them, that defensive midfielder Ellis, the man you've been championing all game, which I agree as well, been really, really good. And so if they were to go on to win it, fitting that it was a defender who scored the goal as well.
Oh yes, sir.
They have been unsung.
You've knit the story well together, Jeremiah. Here's Graham going across to Ainsworth. And takes no prisoners, Kevin Graham. Was determined that he would kick away everything. And Ainsworth wisely stayed away from the ball.
Calling the calm, coolly, as you said.
Coolly humble.
But I hear somebody saying wild side, so fitting as well.
Yeah, that's because he's good friends with the DJ Javilani. And that's their crew, Wild Side. Jeremiah, you're younger, you should know these things.
I was locked away. Remember, I'm the weeping prophet. I'm more on the biblical side.
There you go. You know, I don't think my name is in the Bible. I'm disappointed with that. A book like the Bible deserves George to be in it.
Because I have such pride of place in it, I might make honorable mention of you.
There you go, my friend. All right, so we're into stoppage time. We're going to play 10 minutes as the graphic is communicating. And Limehall are within shades of the finish line.
Yeah.
But many a game has turned in this phase of the contest. It's not over yet.
And Cavalier, they do have a lot of players who can hurt them. So, yeah, Limehall will try and stay switched on here.
Sajay
but I can tell you, it's 10 minutes will feel like 20 for Limehall.
Here's Shaniel Thomas, wide. The cross comes in, beats everybody. Ainsworth, Hansen can't stop him from putting the cross in, but it's blocked by Graham.
Tell you what, it's going to be a photo finish once it stays this way between Graham and Ellis.
There was an offside on the play. Yeah. Yes, you're correct, my friend.
It's going to be a photo finish.
Graham, Ellis, Leng.
Well, you've gone to the racetrack more often than I have, so
I'm a racing man, Dwight. I'm a racing man. It's the best sport in the world.
There wasn't much photo finish for my type of race, the 5,000 and 3,000. So maybe you can unlock that photo finish, because I tell you what, Graham has been immense as well.
Yep. Here's Campbell. Under pressure and does well.
And what little of Campbell there has been, well, he's shown it all about on this park.
Yep. There's nothing in football called deserve. You earn everything you get.
Always say that. You don't get what you deserve, you get what you take.
There you go. Limehall are moments away from toasting 3 points for the first time this season.
Yeah, massive for them. They would have felt disappointed last week when they lost 1-0 to Treasure Beach, another promoted team. And they felt those are the teams they were closer to. Well, they're...
Sewell. Hit Kyle Ming in the face. Shot by Henry. And another shot on target. So Limehall will lead the shots on target statistic. That's not what they're interested in. Leng, vital header once again. And Ellis didn't. It was a partial clearance, and then Henry fouling Calvin in midfield. And they've resumed.
I think that ball
Ellis
was
once
rolling
again
when they resumed.
Yeah, that was Kane actually with the clearance there. The ball was on the move. Here's Campbell. Anderson. Hansen. Told to run by the Limehall supporters here, but he's waiting. Now he can pass to his brother on this far side. Cadale Irving will govern it. Off the chest of Hansen, it's a Cavalier throw.
I think his brother there in term, Shahid Hansen, I think he didn't really judge the trajectory of it. Took too long to decide or to pick up where that one was going. In the end, it was running out rather than in.
It's desperation time for Rudolph Speed. We're in the 96th minute.
He has 5 across the front.
Leng goes across to Ainsworth, and Ainsworth beats him. First time this afternoon. Ainsworth puts the cross in. Oh, it's turned home off the chest of Ronaldo Robinson. And it's on those fine margins that football games turn. There's a yellow card flashed by the referee Hayden because of the protests of the Limehall players. The Limehall bench is saying handball. The players on the park are saying handball. They're looking at the assistant referee. Meanwhile, the ball is potted on the center circle for the game to resume. It's 1-1.
Well, there's no VAR, but for the fans out there for Limehall, let's see if there's anything here that could give you a little bit of comfort to say maybe this one was unfair. Not conclusive enough, but maybe this other angle will tell us.
Handball.
Yeah,
handball,
definitely.
no doubt.
Definitely.
Clear as day.
Yeah, yeah.
Clear
Definitely.
as day. The left hand, the left arm of Ronaldo Robinson turned it home.
Yeah. Brings me back to the day when Raciz won the Costa Cup with a handball, a ball going in there. So it was clearly a handball just now, and they have all right. And I think it was O'Neill Henry that got the yellow card for his protesting, but Limehall will feel all done by it. Leng was the player, though, that just dived in and allowed Ainsworth to get around
what he's been doing all afternoon.
I mean, just needed a cool head going across there. Yeah, really, really. You would have expected Leng to just go and get into his defensive stance, and that wouldn't have happened.
And allow Ainsworth to come to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't do that.
You feel if Cavalier was going to score, though, it was going to come from a wide play.
Yep.
Been doing it all game.
Leng misses his header. He's bearing a bit scrambled. Would have felt that he let the team down.
This would be their second draw of the season. Did draw 0-0 against Montego Bay United in their opening game. A game they should have won as well based on the chances created. This one they will feel aggrieved that it was taken from them.
Yep.
Maybe when we look back at it again, we can see the position of Aiden.
Oh. You mean the
referee's position, whether or not he was
more than that,
placed.
it's the assistant referee. But I can see with Jermaine Heasing, his line of sight would have been blocked.
But Hayden.
Yeah, and there is no doubt it was a handball. It's clear as day.
3 more minutes, the referee is saying here. Still 3 more to go, I think. That's what he indicated. Just now to the fourth official parchment.
Campbell for Limehall. Still going Campbell. Goes down, it's a free kick. Very clever from Campbell. the chop back, knowing that Nicochet Murray would tackle.
I beg to wonder though whether or not we see Parchment there. He's a fourth official, doesn't have the VAR for him. We'll look again. Let's see where Leng diving in, and look at Hayden. He would have a clear view. He definitely had a clear view.
Yeah, he should have seen
I would say the referee's at fault there.
Yes, he was.
Really poor refereeing from Hayden there. A clear sight of vision. There wasn't a body in between him.
Ought to have seen that.
And the goal scorer.
No excuse. Mr. Hayden should have seen that. Really should have seen that.
Yeah.
You know? A referee of
Really.
your quality should have seen that, yeah.
And I tell you, as a coach, I wouldn't have cooled down yet. My pressure cooker would have been whistling at this moment, because certainly that I would have expected the referee to see.
Yep. And I know in these moments people like to say, boy, referee this and that. It wasn't anything malicious. It was just a mistake by the referee. He ought to have seen that. He was in position to have seen it. He let himself down. He made a mistake. The referee made a mistake.
When he goes to the assessment room to review it, he's going to be marked down for that.
Yep. Anyway, Lime Hall have this kick. Anderson. And hasn't threatened from free kick range all afternoon. Jadine White goes forward quickly, trying to get this back. Graham clears the other way. Here's Hayden versus Irving. Off Hayden's chest, Hansen rather, and off his chest for a throw. Here's Ainsworth, the man with the assist. That's what the statistics will say. He has the assist because Cavalier have the goal, but we know how that went. Credit Ainsworth though, because he's been putting the crosses in, putting the corners in, and they haven't succeeded. It's over. Referee Hayden calls time. His error have given Cavalier a share of the points when they should have left without anything. And the Lime Hall bench upset, remonstrating with the referee. Ellis is our man of the match. There's no doubt Javon Ellis is our man of the match, the Lime Hall number 8. But it's bad, and I don't like to slate referees because players make mistakes, coaches make mistakes, referees make mistakes. The referee's mistake is particularly bad because it can cost a team 3 points, especially a team struggling as Lime Hall are at this stage of the competition. And I see the remonstrations going on. I hope it doesn't get beyond that. But yeah, referee Hayden will look back and realize that he's failed to spot Ronaldo Robinson clearly using his left arm to turn the ball beyond the Jaheim Williams in goal. Nevertheless, such is football. Lime Hall 1, Cavalier 1, our full-time score here at the Drax Hall Sports Complex. So we began under tough conditions. Watson flipping this cross in. Ainsworth, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, saying that the uneven surface caused him to misjudge the bounce of the ball. Shanil Thomas really ought to have scored there. Skimmed off his forehead. And this cross once again at the back post. Thomas gathers. Another missed header. And then Kevin Graham, the moment of quality in the game, running through the hands of Jadine White for 1-0. And that's how Lime Hall found the lead. That goal really ought to have been the winner. Kevin Graham beating his chest, exultant. Ainsworth. Fraser, header missed. And you're seeing so many set-piece opportunities because that's how Cavalier manufactured the bulk of their dangerous moments, or created the bulk of the dangerous moments that they did create. Kyle Ming there, running through, not getting the header on target. Brave from Jaheim Williams, fell heavily and required lengthy treatment from that. Kane turning this one behind. Leng. A lot of power but no direction. And then here's Hansen. Through on goal. Expected some quality from him but couldn't beat Jadine White. Effort not good enough. Cross, digging out the cross, and Ling with the body there, ensuring that there wasn't an easy header to capitalize on. Henry on target, but those won't beat JD White. And then this, Giovanni Ling spreads the play. Ling dives in, shouldn't have dived in, shouldn't have sold himself. Ainsworth finds a good cross that was turned home by Ronaldo Robinson. The Limehall players screamed foul because they said, ref, it was hands. He used his arm. And the replay, every angle of the replay showing you that Ronaldo Robinson used his left arm to turn the ball home. That ought not to have counted with all speed. We'll enjoy that nonetheless. Look at Robinson. Not quite sure how to celebrate. But yeah, referee Hayden missed that one. And on that point, the game turned from Limehall 1, Cavalier 0 to 1-1. 10 shots by Limehall, 5 on target. Cavalier 16 shots, only 2 on target. There were 27 fouls, 5 yellow cards. No red cards, of course. 18 corners. Cavalier 18 corners, Limehall none. Cavalier had the ball for 58% of the time, and they finished 1-1. Cavalier stealing a point at the end with a goal that ought not to have stood. Dwight Jeremiah is downstairs with forlorn-looking Javon Ellis, or man of the match, the Cavalier, the Limehall number 8.
Javon, you gave everything. I don't think there's a thread on your jersey or shorts that didn't get wet today. You were excellent shielding that back line. Almost every time the Cavalier came at you, you were the one there intercepting. How difficult was it for you to really walk away with just a point today?
Well, it's a very, very difficult, it's a very, very hard feeling right now to explain right now. It's very tough. As you can see, we give our all, you know, we stuck to the tasks the coach asked us to do and, you know, put in the work. And we should have got a result out of this game, but, you know, unfortunately, it's tough, it's football. And we play against a very, you know, a very well-coached team. They are the Conca Cup champion, as you can see. So we're a new team, and it's very hard, and we're just, you know, developing. So
talk to me about your performance, though. We felt it was that good. That's why you're standing before me now. How do you feel about it?
Well, I'm a very confident person. My first start of the season, and it's an injury that kept me out of the other 2 games. And I always believe in myself. You know, just work hard, and the result will come. And we nearly get the result today.
Well, I guess with that performance, you'll get better results. All the best.
Thanks so much. No problem.
Yeah, there you have it. Really worked hard, and really was the shield with the back line. With the back line here, shielding them. And I really felt with just a minute or 2 to go that he would have walked away with 3 points. Coach Barnett, you too would have felt that 3 points was in the bag. It's never over until it's over, but tough the way you lost those 2 points here.
Yeah, this is why this sport is one of the most glorious games on planet Earth. You did your best and then you got heartbroken at the end. It seems like sometimes like a good relationship. And you do everything for the woman. And then at the end, when you're looking to walk down the aisle to say the I do's, she broke your heart.
But this time it's not the lady who broke your heart.
No.
Maybe it's the past. I don't know. What do you say about this one?
Well, like I said, I wanted to replicate the Man City-Chelsea game, and I think we did just that. We took the fight to a champion team, Cavalier. We didn't lay back, we didn't sit back, we didn't draw in any shell. We took the fight, and I am proud of my boys. Coming away with a point against Cavalier, it's like a win for us just the same. We're coming off the road last week, and we lost 3 points. We took a point today. We are grateful.
Okay.
We are grateful.
Well, all the best. With that spirited effort, then there's going to be better results for Limehall going forward. All the best.
Thank you.
There we have it, Coach. Aggrieved, yes, with the result. Coach Peter, I'll start right with it because I saw a broad smile on your face when that one went in. Clearly went in on the arm of Ronaldo, of Robinson. So you'll take it anyway.
No, it happened to everybody. It happened to us too. So it's just one of those games. I suppose that's one of the time when I'm lucky, so I have to take it.
You'll take your luck today. In terms of your team performance, though, certainly not up to where you want it to be today.
No, definitely not. And you can see we only had 16 players, so we're definitely short staffed. A couple of our players was off on international duty, and a few of them sat on the bench because of other issues. So we just had to play what we had.
So if I would sum it up, it's a point that you'll just walk away gladly with today.
No, I'm not happy. We should have been able to take the 3 still, but that's how it goes sometimes.
All right, coach.
I mean, my opponents, they really fought and tried every trick in the book, so that's how it goes.
All right, all the best, coach.
Thank you.
Yep, there you have it.
All right, so Limehall 1, Cavalier 1, our early game. We clear the deck now for our feature game. Mount Pleasant against Harbourview. Limehall will feel aggrieved by the manner of the result, because they felt they did enough to edge this one 1-0. But football can be a very unforgiving game at times, and referee Hayden missed what was an obvious handball, and that's how Cavalier got to share the points this afternoon. 1-1, Limehall and Cavalier.